Welcome to the Week 5 edition of the Tubetown Game of the Week pregame show. I am Brandon Reed. It's Week 5, folks. After tonight, we are halfway through this high school football season. I know it's hard to imagine already halfway through it. Now, still a whole lot to be determined as we are just into conference play. Big 5A East battle live here tonight on Tubetown as Blytheville travels to Nettleton. Can't wait to get into that action. Should be a great game. But first, let's recap our conference opener last week as the Highland Rebels came to town to take on the Westside Warriors to open up 4A3 conference play. The Rebels end up taking the conference opener 55-33. It's time to review the action in this week's edition of the 2-minute drill. Roll it.
A 4A3 conference opener between the Highland Rebels, who are 1-2, and the Westside Warriors. Mag to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Avery Johnson wide open at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Highland. Avery Johnson is not just fast, he's 6'2", 215 as well. He has some size.
And he just scored.
First down without the touchdown. Give inside to Avery Johnson, and he will walk in.
Yes, either Channel 3 or an HD on Channel 204.
Mag fires complete to Avery Johnson inside the 10, inside the 5, and a touchdown, another touchdown to Avery Johnson. Fadden to throw again. He's got a man. It's caught by Gillespie at the 40, to the 50. He's being chased to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Westside! Mag to throw. Fires complete to Stewart to a pretty nifty move. My goodness, look at that speed.
He's gone. He's gone.
He is going to the house. 78 yards. And some nifty footwork that time by Deion Stewart. McFadden wants to throw, fires a little slant route, and it is caught for the touchdown.
C defeats Salem 58-0.
Hand off Avery Johnson, and he is in for the touchdown. Fadden giving a nice hole for Banda, and he is in for the touchdown. Going out. There's your building point. Banda, big hole. Across the 50, 40. They're not going to catch him. He's gone. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! Cody Banda. Give it to Johnson. Across the midfield. 45, 40. Turns the corner. 35. Cuts it back against the grain. Picks up a block. Look out. He's got a roll. To the 30. To the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Avery Johnson.
Last play here. Touchdown!
And a touchdown.
A whole lot of Highland reaching the end zone in this one, as we got to see a glimpse of Arkansas commit Deion Stewart and Arkansas State commit Avery Johnson. Now, it was Avery Johnson that stole the show this past Friday night, scoring 6, you heard me right, 6 TDs. He finished with 4 catches for 101 yards with TDs of 50 and 37 through the air. He also ran the ball 14 times for 158 yards and a TD runs of 4, 11, 6, and 50. Now, Stewart was also impressive with his breakaway speed, scoring on a 78-yard TD pass. He finished with 4 catches, 142 yards. Reed Mag, the Rebels junior QB, went 8 for 15 for 243 yards and 3 TDs. Westside did not have a bad game, they just couldn't stop the Rebels' spread attack. Now, Gillespie did what he's been doing all year long, catching long TD bombs from McFadden. He had 1 catch, and it was a big one, for 86 yards to the house. Cody Banda also had a nice game with 143 yards on the ground, scoring 3 TDs, including a 62-yard strike to the house. In last week's pregame, we talked about what Westside was going to do if they fell behind by a couple of scores, and that's exactly what happened as they trailed 28-0 at one point early in the first half. They stayed committed to the run game, but passed more than average as sophomore QB Kenny McFadden went 6 for 20 with a TD, but also had 2 picks. Now, Highland improves to 2-2, 1-0 in the 4A3, while Westside drops to 2-2, 0-1 in conference play. So I'll tell you what, let's step away for a quick break. We'll hear from our sponsors and we'll preview tonight's big 5A East battle between Blytheville and Nettleton on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
Welcome back to the Tubetown studio. Tonight's game of the week features the 3-1 Chickasaws of Blytheville traveling to Jonesboro to take on the 2-2 Nettleton Raiders. Now, both teams ended up on the wrong side of their conference openers last week as Blytheville lost at home to win 35-0 and Nettleton lost at Batesville 34-3. Now, it's a tough way to open up conference play for both of those teams since Batesville and Wynn are predicted to be the top dogs in the 5A East this year. So someone gets a conference win here tonight and jumps back into the conference hunt, while one of these teams, unfortunately, is going to walk away tonight 0-2 in the 5A East. Now, Blytheville started out strong out of the gates, beating Mississippi County neighbor rival Osceola 47-12. They traveled to Okolona, Mississippi in week 2 and squeaked out a 25-24 victory. They then beat down Marion 51-0 before dropping last week's game to win 35-0. I spoke with Coach Ben Fisher of Blytheville about how he has turned things around so quickly from last year. Also asked him about the Wynn game and how he plans to keep things going moving forward for this season for his Chickasaws. So here is Coach Ben Fisher of Blytheville.
You know, everybody's bought into the system. Everybody's bought into what we're trying to do as far as, you know, we moved some people around, moved their positions around, and, you know, they're willing to do what it takes to win, you know, rather than running the football. Now they're linemen. Well, they bought into that, and because they were, you know, they didn't want to lose. They wanted to win the game or win games. So defensively, I mean, they're one of the top teams I've seen. You know, I've been doing this for 14 years, and they're one of the top teams that I've seen on defense in 14 years. I mean, just they're so well coached, they're so fast, and same thing on offense. They're just you know, they're good athletes, but everybody's got good athletes. It's what you do with those athletes, and they're putting people in the right position, and they're causing matchup problems, and they're you know, offensively they're so well coached also. Now, we've had a real big surprise. We were wondering what we were going to do at left tackle because we returned all of our starters on the offensive line from last year. And we were concerned, except our left tackle, and we were concerned about that. We had a junior, Josh Plunkett. He stepped up at that spot. And then we had another junior, Taylor LeGrand, who's been a running back all his life. He's a big kid. He has moved to the defensive line, which, you know, it was a tough move. He's getting to run the football and all that, and now he doesn't get to do that much more. But like I said earlier, he's worried about the team. He's not worried about Taylor. So he was going to do whatever it took to make the team better. And so those two guys right there. And then I can't say enough about our senior quarterback, Bailey Cason. Last year he started the first 5 games, and we ended up pulling in the last 5 games. And, you know, he had every reason to hang his head and pout. He got in there in the summer and worked hard, and he's got that starting spot back. And when you go from, you know, because everybody wants to score touchdowns, but when you go from scoring touchdowns to actually being a blocker or a lineman, that's tough to swallow. And he didn't miss a beat. And that's been a big key this year. It's just the team chemistry. You know, we did a lot of team building stuff over the summer. We have Arkansas Northeastern College here, and the ladies out there worked with us this summer as far as doing some team building type activities. and that kind of thing. And I think that helps.
Thanks to Coach Fisher for speaking with us. And you heard him mention that his kids are committed to winning this year. He moved some players around, and they have bought into what it's going to take to win. Coach Fisher also talked about how good Wynn is, particularly on the defensive side, stating that they are the best defensive team he has seen in 14 years of coaching. Now, the numbers from last week pretty much back that statement up, as the Chickasaws only had 154 yards of total offense. Now, he also talked about some team-building exercises they went through at Northeast Arkansas Community College this summer that really helped build the team chemistry, and he also talked about how he has been impressed with his quarterback, Bailey Kaysen. Now, Kaysen has 670 yards passing through 4 games this year, and you add in DeMadre Clark averaging 140 yards a game on the ground, and that alone accounts for 300 yards of offense for the Chickasaws per game. Tyrell King is the Chickasaws' leading receiver, and sophomore safety Isaac Kelly has 4 picks on the season and took 3 of them back to the house. The Raiders may want to avoid him like Richard Sherman. A big key to the success so far this year for Blytheville is the experience they have, especially on the offensive line. They returned 10 players from the offensive side this year, and the Chickasaws finished 1-9 last season, losing their final 8 games by a combined score of 298-74 in those final 8. But clearly things have turned around for the Chicks this year, going 3-1 so far and outscoring the opposition 123-71. So things will get a little bit tougher, though, however, for the Chickasaws, as they now hit the road for 4 of their final 6, including the next 2 weeks. Blytheville is predicted to finish last in the 5A East, but the way this team is looking right now, I could easily see them finishing ahead of the Paragould schools, Valley View, and this Nettleton team. Now, we will find out if that is a realistic expectation in just about 3 hours' time from now. As for this Nettleton team, they are in a very similar situation as Blytheville, coming into this game tonight 0-1 in the 5A, opening up in the 5A East play, as they lost the contest at Batesville, dropping it 34-3, so they got handled pretty well last week as well. Now, the Raiders are 2-2 on the year, but played a tough non-conference schedule themselves with 2 6A schools on the schedule, and they opened up the season at Newport, who has a very strong team this year. I spoke with Nettleton head coach Steve Hampton about his team's play so far this year, the win game from last week, his thoughts on Blytheville here tonight, and what he expects from his team going forward this year. So here is Raiders head coach Steve Hampton.
You know, we had a lot of question marks going into the season, and, you know, had to replace a new quarterback. You know, had several spots on defense that we had question marks about. And, you know, so far through the first 4 games, you know, we've been really pleased with you know, Jalen Small at quarterback. He's done a really good job of leading the offense. And then defensively, we've had several guys step up, you know, newcomers that have played really well and been solid. And last week, you know, we go to Batesville, first conference game, and, you know, it was 10-3 at halftime. Very well could have been 10-7. You know, we scored on a quarterback sneak, but we jumped off sides, and so we settled for a field goal there. And so for a half, you know, we were right in the ball game and felt good about where we were at. And in the second half, you know, they made some plays and they got the ball first and scored and made it 17-3. And we just never could really sustain anything offensively, and it just got worn down defensively. Coach Fisher's done a really good job. You know, I think the first thing you notice whenever you turn on the film is, you know, they have a plan. They're very organized. They're, you know, everything is for a reason, you know, and they have good schemes. And then they have good athletes. You know, they have good athletes running those schemes. And so, you know, offensively, you know, they've got a quarterback that's very capable. He throws the ball really well. And then, you know, they got a couple of running backs that are probably as good as, you know, we've seen or will see. And then defensively, you know, they play man coverage, and they've been able to get, you know, at least 2-3 interceptions every ball game. and been able to set up their offense for some easy scores. And they've returned some of those interceptions for touchdowns themselves. So, last week, I don't think we were pleased as a staff, offensive staff, about the distribution of the football. We've got to do, a better job of that, and that's something we want to get the ball to different guys, give them an opportunity to make plays. And so, I think we're at our best offensively when we are doing that, when the ball is spread around to more guys, and it makes the defense have to defend, the entire field. They can't key in on any one guy or one thing. So, that's something that we're conscious of, and hopefully we'll do a better job of this week.
Thank you to Coach Hampton for talking with us this week as well. And I thought it was very interesting that Coach Hampton mentioned something I pointed out earlier about the Chicks defense. They averaged a couple of interceptions a game and have returned several of them. It was sophomore Isaac Kelly Coach Hampton was talking about with his 4 interceptions, 3 of them pick sixes. So you got to avoid him for sure if you're the Raiders here tonight. Another player Coach Hampton spoke about was the new Raider QB, Jalen Small. He has stepped up this year and played big time, very well, going 40 for 71 for 405 yards, 6 TDs, and no interceptions. He also has run the ball 62 times for 395 yards and 5 TDs on the ground. Now, just the quick math in my head tells me that young man has 11 total TDs in just 4 games this season. Outstanding play so far. Now, he is a dynamic player the Chickasaws will have to keep their eye on here tonight. And a big key for the Raiders' success here tonight may be turnovers. If Small can avoid turning it over to the Chicks, they should be in great position to win here tonight. The leading rusher for Nettleton is junior Joe Frazier. He carried the ball 65 times for 441 yards and 5 TDs. Stanley Wilson has been Small's main man with 8 catches for 251 yards and 5 TDs as well. Now on defense, senior linebacker Mitch Sanborn and junior DB Jasper Harrison have led the team in tackles, and last week against Batesville, senior linebacker Connor Shannon had a sack and 4 tackles for losses. Now another thing that stands out to me about the Raiders is they have a really good kicker. A lot of teams in this area just simply do not kick the ball. Nettleton senior kicker Garrett Miller is 9 for 9 on extra point attempts this year and has hit 4 of his 5 field goals. He has made field goals of 22, 27, 37, and 40 this year. His only miss came from 36 yards. Now, one more thing about Garrett Miller. Out of his 15 kickoffs this year, 12 of them were touchbacks. So I hope Blytheville wasn't relying on doing any damage in the return game tonight. They're going to have to earn those scores with long drives. In Coach Hampton's words, they had a lot of question marks coming into this year. The Raiders only returned 4 players on offense and 6 on defense from last year's playoff team. At 2-2, they are still trying to figure out who they are this year. Now, one thing that might help is they are in the exact opposite position of Blytheville this year as far as scheduling. Nettleton plays their next 2 and 4 of their last 6 right there at Raider Field. So home field advantage hopefully will work out to their advantage in this big 5A East this year. So a lot on the line tonight in 5A East as we have 2 teams that are trying to find out just how good they are and where they might fall in the conference this year. A few things to keep an eye on tonight is the Kason and Clark duo for Blytheville, the steady attack of Small, Frazier, and Wilson on the Nettleton side. Can Small take care of the ball and not turn it over to Blytheville sophomore Isaac Kelly? Also, how big of a role will the Raiders kicker Garrett Miller play in tonight's game? Nettleton won this meeting last year for the first time in 6 years by a score of 45-9. Blytheville does lead the overall series 7-3 and is looking to make the playoffs for the first time since 2011. So again, one team walks away with their first 5A conference win. The other will be 0-2 in the 5A, unfortunately. But it's now time to find it all out. Send you live to Raider Field for Blytheville and Nettleton. Chris Benson and Wes Cisco have the call. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Football weather has arrived in northeast Arkansas. It's chilly, pad-popping weather, and it is windy outside. A very pleasant good evening. I'm Chris Benson along with Wes Cisco, bringing you to week 5 of the Tubetown High School football schedule, and tonight it's a 5A East matchup between the Nettleton Raiders, 2-2, 0-1 in the 5A East, and the visiting Blytheville Chickasaws, who are 3-1 and 0-1 in the 5A East. West Cisco, a couple of teams looking for that first conference victory to try to get on the road to the playoffs.
Yeah, Chris, both sides are looking for that first conference. Now here we go, ready to go. I tell you what I'm looking forward to. I think one of these teams, whoever comes out the victor tonight, are going to be playing for 3rd or 4th seed in that 5A East. All important matchup here, going into the trying to position themselves to go into the playoffs.
Number 15, Garrett Miller for the Nettleton Raiders, has it teed up, and they will be kicking the ball as they won the toss and deferred to the second half. Miller puts it in the air, and we are underway. A nice kick all the way into the end zone and a touchback, so Blytheville will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tonight's Keys of the Game is brought to you by Eye Care Truman. Let Dr. Angela Howe and the staff at Eye Care Truman bring life into focus for you. Eye Care Truman, 807 West Main in Truman. Chris, one of the keys is going to be quarterback play.
Always
quarterback play. Tonight with the win, the kicking game, on how it's going to affect, as we saw that touchback right there, Nettleton's coming out into the wind, and it's homecoming here at Raider Field, so do they have homecoming hype, or are they going to be kind of excited about homecoming too much, or just fine?
Bailey Kaysen is the quarterback, and he gave the ball off to number 2, DeMadre Clark, who is the leading rusher for Blytheville. He comes in with 501 yards in 4 games, so he's averaging well over 100. He got 3 on the first carry of tonight's game. And another handoff to Clark. He's across the 25 up to about the 29. That's 6 more yards. So to bring up 3rd down and 1 as Blytheville goes out of the hurry up, no huddle. 3 receivers in the set. And another give to Clark. He's got 1st down yardage across the 30 to the 31, a gain of 2, and that's tonight's first down of the game.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust. Farmers Bank and Trust enjoy a proud history dedicated service to the people of Mississippi County and its surrounding areas. Farmers Bank and Trust with locations in Blytheville, Goswell, and Manila. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And Bailey gives to Clark again, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Number 45, Mitch Sanborn, a 6'2", 203 senior linebacker, brought him down back behind the 30 all the way at the 25-yard line. So a 6-yard loss for Clark, and now Blytheville is behind the chains.
Great stop there by number 45. It just looked and saw the same thing that happened in the first couple downs there and stopped him.
3 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Kaysen rolls out. He's going to fire, and it's complete. And he drops the ball. It's on the ground. Let's see.
Incomplete pass.
Oh, they're going to call it incomplete. They're going to say that he did not have control when the hit was made. So Kaysen's first attempt is incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 16. Nice hit in the secondary that time. It's going to be hard to throw the ball for Blytheville coming this way. The wind is right in his face. Kaysen rolls to his left, and he fires incomplete over the head of number 6, McDaniel, Latravius McDaniel. And 4th down and 16 coming up for the Chickasaws. And they will have to punt. So they got one first down, and then went backwards. And number 2, Clark, DeMadre Clark, will also be the punter tonight for Blytheville. And they weren't convinced that he was going to kick nobody back.
Probably also with the wind, maybe with that as well, Chris, instead of getting good field position right there, because he's punting into the wind there.
They're going to mark it at the Blytheville 40, so only a 15-yard punt. And Nettleton will get the ball to start their first possession in good field position. They are led by number 12, the quarterback. Or excuse me, number 9, the quarterback, Jalen Small. Out of the shotgun, Small he's going to keep. And a nice tackle there by number 30. D'Amico Clark. So a gain of 2 for Small on first down. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left and a man in motion. End around. Good pursuit by Blytheville, and that's going to go absolutely nowhere. Kobe Crite got the carry.
Crite had nowhere to go with that one.
And he's going to be dropped at the 43, so a loss of 5, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 13. Excuse me. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Small to throw, a little screen, incomplete. Intended for number 22, Joe Frazier.
And I tell you, both of these squads are kind of rushing a little bit here at the first. And I don't mean by running the ball, I mean by just nerves, it looks like, Chris.
Well, he had good pressure from the defensive line right there in his face. Of course, when you set up a screen, you expect that to happen, so. But Nettleton will punt the ball away, trying to play field position with the wind behind them. Number 41 with the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A nice kick by number 41, Mason Gibson, the punter, and Blytheville will start at its own 9-yard line. 32-yard punt.
Tonight's first half is brought to you by Armor Seed. Quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas's farmers. Start strong. Plant Armor with Armor Seed.
So both teams punt on their opening possession. Blytheville did gain a first down. Nettleton went 3 and out. And back under center, it's Kaysen. And Kaysen on an end around to number 30. D'Amico Clark. He only gets a couple. 3 yards officially out to the 12. 2nd down and 7. Kaysen the throw, fires over the middle, intercepted! Nettleton picks it off, and he will go back to the house. Touchdown, Nettleton! Number 40, Christian Hightower with the interception and the pick 6, and Nettleton leads it 6-0.
Right place, right time for Hightower, for the pick 6 for the Raiders. And that may calm some nerves down on the Raiders sideline now.
He threw that over the middle. He had a receiver, but he didn't see the linebacker dropping back into coverage. And Hightower baited him into that throw. And with 8:21 left to play in the opening quarter, Miller on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 8:21 left to play in the opening quarter. Your score, Nettleton 7, Blytheville nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Tonight's kickoffs are brought to you by Wood Ford Sales. Score big on a new vehicle from Wood Ford during savings season. Wood Ford Sales in Truman, and on the web at woodfordsalestruman.com.
Miller kicks another one into the end zone, so Blytheville will start at its own 20, and this will be their third possession. The 20 twice and the 9-yard line. That's not good for Blytheville.
That is not good field position whatsoever for Blytheville. And Nettleton started out around the 40-something of Blytheville, and then they got the pick six. So right now, every facet of the game is going towards the Raiders.
Kaysen under center. Hand off to Clark. And he's going to go nowhere. Number 2, DeMadre Clark. No gain. 2nd and 10. Blytheville having a hard time running it between the tackles early. Nettleton winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. Kaysen on a rollout. He finds pressure, gets away from it, picks up the block, and he's going to fire incomplete. And Kaysen off to a rough start. 0 for 3 with an interception in his first 4 passes. So another 3rd and long coming up. Blytheville is 1 for 2 on 3rd downs. 3rd down and long. Kaysen to throw. Oh, and he is hit. A nasty hit by number 77. Jalen Allison takes down Kaysen.
Nobody blocked him, Chris. Allen came off. Nobody on that offensive line picked him up.
A loss of 5 for Kaysen as Allison records the first sack of tonight. And Clark to punt it away. High snap, but he gets it and kicks it in over end. And Nettleton will have good field position again. They will start inside the Blytheville 50-yard line as it rolls dead at the 48. So a 33-yard punt, a better punt that time, as he kicked it more of a line drive and didn't let the wind knock it down.
Yeah, that was a better punt that time. I'm telling you what, though, let's see what the Nettleton offense can do. Let's see if that pick six helped them, pick them up a little bit. It's picked up the defense. Let's see if the offense can come out with anything in this series.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to hit a long pass right here and score quickly. Small. Design keep. Big hole, 40. 35 still on his feet. 30 still on his feet. Breaks another tackler. And all the way down to the 26-yard line goes Small. That's a gain of 22.
That was an excellent run there by the quarterback, Small. And Small's coming in to tonight already on the season, Chris. 40 of 71 with 405 yards, 6 passing touchdowns with no interceptions. He's ran the ball already 62 times for almost 400 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground.
The handoff is to number 22, Joe Frazier. And down goes Frazier at the 24-yard line, a gain of 2. So 2nd down and 8. Just inside the 25. 4 receivers in the set. Small. This is a quarterback draw inside the 20. Down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. That's 11 more for Small, and that's a Nettleton Raider first down.
Small is just taking this offense on his back right now, Chris, saying, hey, follow me, guys.
So first down at the 14-yard line. Small again on a keep. He's inside the 10. Down to the 9. That's 5 more yards for Small. Small's not the leading rusher on the year. That's Joe Frazier with 441, but Small already with 40 yards on 4 carries. Unofficially, of course.
That's pretty good average.
That's a first down every time he touches it, and we have a flag.
Looks like someone jumped on Nettleton's side.
So our first penalty of the night is a false start against the Raiders. And the 5 he got on first down will come back, and it will be 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line. Three receivers to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. And now another flag. And this one
I think
may be offside.
I think it's going to be offsides. I don't remember seeing anybody move. Yeah, it's going to be offsides.
Number 50, DeRay J. Jackson jumped, and he did go offsides.
So we're right back to where we started from 2 flags ago. 2nd and 5.
Man in motion. And Small rolls to his left, fires out into the flat, incomplete. Intended for number 10, Montel Moore.
Not a good pass selection at all by Small that time. You could just tell he was just trying to sidearm it out there to him, and there was no...
Didn't get his shoulder squared.
No, and it was a limp ball, for lack of a better term.
So 3rd and 5 coming for the Raiders. 5:07 left to play in the first quarter. Small to his right, incomplete, and he spiked that one into the ground, intended for Frazier. So 4th down, and Nettleton will send out the kicking unit. Number 15, Garrett Miller. And this will be, looks like about a 26-yard attempt. Ball will be spotted or put down at the 16. So a 26-yard attempt for Miller from the right hash. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. 4:56 left to play in the first quarter, and your score, Nettleton 10, Blytheville nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
10-0 Nettleton with the lead early in the first quarter with 4:56 left to play. And a lot of us people here in Northeast Arkansas are Cardinal fans, and not good news right now. The Cardinals are down 4-1 to Clayton Kershaw and company as they go to the top of the 5th. Miller, high and deep. This one is returnable. Oh, he put it on the ground. Picks it up. And he is going to be brought down inside the 10, and a flag comes in as well. Ball is on the ground, but they're going to say that he was down. Number 20, Jordan Jackson, was the return man. Let's see about the flag. He only got to the 14-yard line.
I didn't see another white jersey for holding. I wonder if someone grabbed a face mask.
This one's against Nettleton. And it is a face mask. Good pickup by Mr. Cisco there. So now Blytheville has their best field position of the game. And it's still inside their own 25 at the 23. But it's 3 yards better than anything they've had so far.
Last thing you'd want, though, if you're Nettleton, start getting some bad penalties like that.
Kaysen gives to Clark, and he is met.
Blytheville's going to have to open up this passing game a little bit. Nettleton's got them beat on the line of scrimmage.
They're actually going to say Clark lost a yard. And that's his 3rd carry tonight of 0 or worse already. So 2nd and 11. Kaysen throws a screen pass complete. And number 1, Tyrell King, is up to the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 4. And 3rd down and 8 coming for the Blytheville Chickasaws. So the first pass completion for Kaysen goes for 4 yards. But it's still 3rd and long, 3rd down and 8 at the 27.
One for 3 tonight on the 3rd down.
That was almost intercepted again. A little pass out into the flat, and number 16, Jamarcus Northern, was right there. But it falls incomplete. 4th down, and Blytheville will punt yet again. 4 possessions, 3 punt, and a pick 6.
Not the way you wanted to start if you were Coach Fisher.
And DeMadre Clark will punt it away for it the 3rd time. And Nettleton has nobody back past their own 35. Almost blocked, but it'll bounce and go out of bounds inside the Blytheville 40. So yet again, the Raiders will start in excellent field position at the 38 of the Chicks.
Find Tubetown on Twitter. Go to @Tubetown21. Let us know where you're watching the game from using the hashtag NHS versus BHS. We'll try to read some of your tweets during tonight's live telecast.
Small hands off to Frazier. Bounces off one tackler. And will be down at the 37-yard line. Only a gain of 1. Nice job by the interior of the Blytheville defense there. Nettleton taking advantage of the wind being behind them as they've scored 10 first quarter points. Small, the throw, fires, and it's complete. And the ball's on the ground. That is a fumble, and let's see. Blytheville has it at the 35-yard line. So the pass was complete to Wilson. He got 7 yards and then put it on the ground. So 1 turnover apiece, and Blytheville gets their best field position of the night at the 36-yard line.
Now let's see if this picks up the Blytheville offense like the pick 6 did for Nettleton.
.257 left to play in the opening quarter. 10-0 Nettleton. And we have a quarterback change. Number 3, Terry Northern, is into the game.
He didn't get much at all on that keeper.
A gain of a yard for Northern. 2nd down and 9. So a change of pace here for Blytheville. Terry Northern, the junior quarterback, is in. He keeps it. He's around the right edge, close to 1st down yardage.
Oh.
And a flag comes in late.
I think that's going to be a late hit because he threw him down after he was way out of bounds.
So he got to the 44-yard line, which
so they're going to tack on 15 after on this one. There's no sense in that. You got the guy out of bounds, just let him go.
So a 6-yard gain for Northern, but you can tack 15 onto that. And that's the 2nd personal foul against Nettleton here in the first quarter. 3 penalties total.
For 25 yards.
For 35 yards. And this one goes all the way into Nettleton territory at the 38-yard line. So Blytheville on the march now. 2:23 left in the opening quarter. Down 10-0. Northern fake. Oh, he gets away from it though, but he's not going to get away from number 40 Hightower. A loss on the play as Northern absorbed the first hit, but he's going to be dropped back at the 42, a loss of 4. Good penetration by the interior of the Nettleton defense. A 3-4 defense is what they're playing. And now Northern to throw. Fires incomplete.
Let him too much on that one. He had him there for some good yardage and just let him just a little too much.
So 3rd and long. And Blytheville is 0 for 3 on, or 1 for 4, excuse me, on 3rd downs tonight. And this is a 3rd and 14. Northern to throw. Has pressure, steps up, goes straight up the middle. Inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 20, and Terry Northern down to the 16-yard line. That is a gain of 26 and a Blytheville first down.
Nice job by Northern there to keep the legs going. He got hit a couple of times and just absorbed those hits for a big Chickasaw first down.
I believe that was a designed run. They saw a blitz coming from the outside, and he just went up the middle. Timeout taken on the field. We'll take it with them. 1:42 left to play in the opening quarter. 10-0. Nettleton, you're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
For a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to our website, www.tubetownonline.com. The full schedule is on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of all of our high school sports programming on our website, www.tubetownonline.com.
Northern handoff to Clark. Has a nice hole inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown! DeMadre Clark from 16 yards out.
That was all set up by North being the quarterback because they just forgot all about Clark back there. Looking at number 3, they forgot number 2 was in that backfield, and it scored a touchdown for the Chickasaws.
And number 13, Walt Daniels, is on for the extra point try. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and he drilled that kick, but it was wide left. He kicked that one through the wind, but wide left. 1:35 left to play in the first quarter. Nettleton 10, Blytheville 6. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
10-6 your score, Nettleton with the lead. That drive, 5 plays, 1:22, and a 16-yard scamper by DeMadre Clark caps off a nice drive for the Blytheville Chickasaws. And Daniels set to kick it away. Back deep is number 6. As that one rolls out of bounds, Kobe Cricht let it go out of bounds, and now Nettleton will put it in play at their own 35. So pretty good field position coming for the Raiders.
That last drive by the Chickasaws, Chris, was just textbook on going somewhere, then faking and going with someone else for the score, and it was helped by Nettleton personal 15-yard penalties.
Well, that was a zone read offense that Blytheville employed on that last drive with a faster quarterback, and I'm sure they'll keep on going to that until Nettleton learns how to stop it. Hand off to Frazier, and he's out to the 38. That's a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Small design quarterback run. Picks up a block. Now he's across the 40, out close to first down yardage. Let's see. It'll depend on the spot. And it looks like a right foot spot, which is the 45. That'll be a gain of 7 for Small, and that is a first down for the Raiders.
That's a good job by Small there to be patient enough to go ahead and get that first down, because there's a couple times he could have went down. He saw what the defense was getting him, turned around, got something else.
Small, another keep, spins, and he's out close right on the midfield stripe. That's a gain of 5 more for Small. A lot of quarterback runs in the first quarter by both teams. 2nd and 5. Small gives to Frazier up the middle and to the 47 of Blytheville goes Frazier. That's 3 more, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
And if Blytheville wants to, if Nettleton wants to, that could be the final play of the first quarter.
13 seconds left on the clock, and they're not in any hurry.
I think they're going to go ahead and just take the quarter timeout.
That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter as the clock winds down. We have come to the end of one here in Nettleton. Your score, the Nettleton Raiders 10, the Blytheville Chickasaws 6. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." We at Mark Tree United Methodist Church are not perfect, but we are trying. We want you to know there is room in this sanctuary, in this congregation, and in our hearts for you. Come on in, neighbor.
Come on in, neighbors.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back for the second set of 12, and it's 10-6 Raiders after one. And Wes, a lot of quarterback runs in the first quarter.
A lot of quarterback runs. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with both Small and with the Blytheville Northern for Blytheville, in the way they're doing it. And then not only that, it's kind of lulling the defenses asleep, and that's when you go to your running back or you throw a pass out to someone, and they're getting good field position that way.
And an end around and sniffed out. Now he goes back the other way, but that's going to go for a loss. Number 6,
Kobe
Krite. Dropped back at the 49-yard line, a loss of 2, and that fooled no one. And one of the things I just noticed then for Blytheville is they had 10 guys in the box just then. They're set up for play action here in a little bit with all these runs. They're going to try to go over the top here before too long and see if they can't hit a pass.
The bad thing is now they're in the second quarter, so they're going to be going into that win instead of with the win. Nettleton will be.
Mason Gibson set to punt it away. It's a decent little punt. It's going to bounce, take a Nettleton roll inside the 20, so at the 18-yard line. A nice punt by Gibson, 30 yards, no return. 10:59 left to play in the first quarter, 10-6, Nettleton with the lead, and Blytheville looking to score again after they scored on their last possession.
We'd like to thank our great sponsors who made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Kaiser LP Gas, Farmers Bank and Trust, I Care Truman, First United Methodist Church in Mark Tree, First Delta Bank, and Woodford Sales. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for our Pret Sports, call Marcus Carlton at 336-2318.
Northern on the keep, and he's actually going to lose a yard, looks like. Let's see what it looked like on the far side over there. For sure no gain, but they're going to spot it back at the 16. That's a loss of a yard for Northern.
And anybody thinking about turning on the Cardinals game, just keep it right here on Tubetown. It's 6-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 5th.
Hand off to Clark. He tries the middle. He'll be taken down shy of the 20 at the 18-yard line, a gain of 2 for Clark. Still 3rd down and 9. Northern rolling out, fires out into the flat, complete to number 7. That is Guyton, John Allen Guyton. He's out to the 26. Still short of the first down as he got 7 yards. 4th down and 3. I would be shocked if Blytheville went for it here.
And they're keeping Northern
At their own 26-yard line. They
out
are
there.
going to go for it. So 4th and 3. Blytheville going to go for it. They may just try to draw them off sides. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. It did not work, and Blytheville will take a timeout. We'll step away with them. 10-6 Nettleton. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not just an account number. Just like the fertile farmland of the Delta, First Delta Bank has a strong history and solid foundation of supporting our communities in eastern Poinsett County. First Delta Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not.
Hey Chris, we'd like to thank Front Page Cafe and Serve Pro of Jonesboro for feeding us an outstanding pregame meal tonight.
They sure did. Hamburgers and hot dogs and chips and soda and all the fixings. As that punt will bounce down to the Nettleton 35-yard line. That's where they will take over. Stay with us for the halftime show. In about 9 minutes and 36 more seconds worth of clock time, we'll have scores, stats, and a special guest from the Nettleton Raiders. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Emphasis on special.
Special. You won't want to miss that, folks. Handoff goes up the middle as Small. Gives to Frazier, and he gets about 3 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7.
It's been a tightly contested first half, kind of what we thought about. Like I said, both teams jockeying for playoff position already. I know it's only the second conference game, but these teams are jockeying for probably 3rd or 4th place in the conference.
Small on a quarterback keep. He is going to be met by number 33, Ari Holloman, at the line of scrimmage. So no gain for Small, and 3rd down and 7.
They're 0 for 2 tonight on 3rd down.
4 receivers set. Small to throw. Fires a screen complete, but sniffed out by Blytheville, and a good job by the Blytheville defense as the pass was complete to Wilson, and he only gets a couple yards to the 41. That'll bring up 4th down and 5. 4th and 4, actually. And Nettleton will punt as number 22 is back deep for Blytheville. Isaac Kelly stands at his own 35, awaiting the punt. Just got it away. It's a high kick, going to bounce and take a Blytheville bounce back into Nettleton territory at the 48 of Nettleton, so only a 7-yard punt.
Net yards, and the punter, Mason Gibson, was asking for a flag for running into the kicker. Referee said, just looked at him, told him, shook his head no, and told him to get up.
7:44 left to play in the first half. 10-6 Nettleton. Blytheville has the football in good field position, though. Northern hands off to Clark, has a nice hole, but a nice job there by number 77, Jalen Allison, to get a big arm out there and slow him down and keep him to a 5-yard gain.
Blytheville's coming back with that hurry up again.
And that's Clark again. No gain.
Blytheville brings up them a 3rd and 5. They're 1 for 5 tonight, Chris, on 3rd down conversion. Neither team's converting 3rd downs.
3rd and 5 at the 43. Northern on the keep, picks up a block, has a 1st down and more inside the 30. That looked like a horse collar. That looked like a horse collar, and he got away with it.
He got away with it. There was no flag, and the official's right there.
At the 28-yard line, that's a gain of 15, though, for Northern. But it could have been 15 more. So 1st down at the Nettleton 28-yard line. Blytheville on the march. Hand off to Clark, sidesteps a couple of tacklers. Now he's still on his feet across the 20, and a 1st down for. Looks like a 1st down. Let's see.
Yes, he's the official on the visitor
Yep.
side is telling him
10
move those yardsticks.
10 yards for Clark down to the 18. 1st down, 6:37 left in the opening half.
Nice job there for him by
High
Clark.
snap, give to Clark, and he's going to go to the end zone for the touchdown. Pay dirt for Clark, Demadre Clark, 18 yards, and his 2nd touchdown of the night puts Blytheville ahead 12-10.
That's twice now. Just keep moving those legs, grinding it, and he found the pay dirt.
So number 13, Walt Daniels, on for the extra point. He missed his first one. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. Inside the right upright. 6:27 left to play in the first half. Blytheville 13, Nettleton 10. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
The Blytheville Chickasaws have gotten their first lead of the night, 13-10, after a 18-yard bolt by Demadre Clark, a 5-play drive that took up 1 minute and 17 seconds. And Blytheville leads at 13-10, and Daniels set to kick it away. Joe Frazier back deep for the Raiders. Low line drive. Taken at the 18, the 25, 30, has a hole, 40, 45, still on his feet, 50. Knocked out of that. Oh, let's see.
There you go. There's the flags.
Yep.
Same thing that happened on the Blytheville side, so they're going to add 15 more.
So a nice return by Kobe Crite all the way to the Blytheville 45 and add 15 to it. So 1st down at the 30-yard line when it is all said and done. They're standing at the 45 like that's where they're going to mark it from. It's going to be 15 from wherever the infraction occurred.
Which was right there where he went out of bounds. So.
He was a good 3 steps into out of bounds before they dragged him down. All the way to the Blytheville 30-yard line. So outstanding field position for the Nettleton Raiders as they look to answer the Blytheville touchdown. Small, gonna keep, big hole, 25, Jukes 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Jalen Small, 30-yard touchdown run, and just like that, the Nettleton Raiders have regained the lead. 16-13 with 6:08 left to play in the first half.
And he just shook off Chase Turner like he had nothing on him. It's like it was flicking a bug off of your arm.
And Miller on for the PAT. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 6:08 left to play in the first half. Your score now, Nettleton 17, Blytheville 13. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas farmers. Start strong, plant Armor with Armor seed.
Does one play constitute a drive?
It does in high school.
Well, we had a one-play 30-yard drive, a 30-yard run for Jalen Small, and it's 17-13 in favor of the Nettleton Raiders as the Blytheville lead was short-lived. Miller, a high kick taken at the 17, and it's bobbled on the ground at the 20, but he picks it up, and now he has room down the sideline to the 40, to the 50, and number 30, D'Amico Clark will set up the Blytheville Chickasaws at the Nettleton 42-yard line. So back-to-back outstanding kickoff returns. And now Blytheville has good field position.
That bobble just lured Nettleton to a little false sense of security there, Chris.
Actually, it's the 47-yard line. I was looking at my 5-yard markers wrong. So first down for the Blytheville Chickasaws.
This has been an entertaining half so far, Chris.
Sure
I've really enjoyed this one.
Northern, a little delayed handoff to Clark. And he's up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3. 13 carries already for Clark. He has 2 touchdowns on the night. And second down and 7. Northern to keep. Inside the 40. 35, still on his feet. And down to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 12 for Northern. And that's a first down for the Blytheville Chickasaws. 5.5 left to play in the first half. Northern gives to Clark. Eludes a tackler. Now he gets to the outside, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That's 15 more for Clark.
Now is it time for a quarterback keeper?
Could be. But we won't know until after we take a timeout, as Nettleton has called timeout. 5:20 left to play in the opening half. It's 17-13 Nettleton. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Score of local interest here. At the end of the first, the Gosnell Pirates have a 6-0 lead over the Cavemen of Cave City.
Gosnell, one of the two teams that are favored to win the 4A3 along with Highland. And a handoff to Clark. Gets out of a pile of tacklers and gets a good gain.
And also With 8:06 left to go in the half, Little Rock Central has a 21-7 lead over the Golden Hurricane of Jonesboro.
Clark gets 9, and it's second down and 1. High snap, Northern corrals it. And number 39, Andrew Tackett, jumps in there and puts a 2-yard loss on Terry Northern. So third down and 3 at the 16-yard line. Or no, at the 9-yard line. I'm sorry.
They're 0 for 3.
Hand off to Clark, and he's going to be bottled up in the middle of the defense. No gain for Clark, so fourth down. And let's see what the Chickasaws elect to do. Looks like they're keeping their offense out on the field. Forgoing the 3 points to try to get 7.
I'd go for points on the board, especially going into that wind right now.
Got the wind behind you for sure.
But wind behind you, you're only in the first half. To me, you score points.
4th and 3. Northern keeps, and I don't think so. Believe he's going to be short. See where the spot is.
I don't think he got it.
He did not get it. Only a yard for Northern and a turnover on downs. So a big hold that time for the Nettleton defense.
I still think you should have went with the points on the board. You're late in the second half. You're only down 4 points, so that just you're only down a one-possession game, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown at that time, Chris.
It would be a 1-point game if they had gone for the kick and made it. I'm like you, Wes. I am surprised that they didn't kick that field goal. It would only have been about a 25-yarder. Not much more than an extra point. Now Small on the keep. Nice first down yardage across the 15 to the 16 for Small, a gain of 6.
Again, stay with us for the Armor Seed halftime show. We'll have stats, analysis, and a special halftime guest.
Small handoff. Frazier up close to the first down. He's just shy of the 20, so 3 yards for Joe Frazier.
I think the Chickasaw defense have scouted Joe Frazier.
3rd and 1, and Small, second effort. Let's see. I believe second effort got it. He's across the 20 now, so a good job by Jalen Small. He was hit and spun off of it and got 2 yards to the 21. That's a first down. And that at least allows them to kill a little more clock as Nettleton will get the ball to start the third quarter. And Small has a big hole across the 30. And up to the 35-yard line goes Small. That's 15 more yards and another Nettleton Raider first down.
They just right now don't have an answer for Small on that rushing attack. The Chickasaws defense don't.
They are attacking the middle of the Blytheville defense, just hammering the middle of the Blytheville defense. High snap, Small, another keep. And he's not going to get much this time. The high snap, I think, had a lot to do with that. Number 12, Chase Turner in on the stop. A gain of 2 for Small. Bring up second down and 8. 2:19 left to play in the first half. 2 timeouts left for the Raiders. Or no, 1 timeout left for the Raiders, 2 for the Chickasaws. Small to throw, fires a little slant route, and it's complete.
That's enough for a first down, looks like.
Number 7, T.C. Cox. 8 yards and a first down.
And it keeps that clock running, too. Bad snap.
Bad snap, but he picks it up. And now he's going to turn a busted play into something. Small still on his feet. All the way down inside the Blytheville 40-yard line. Small will turn a busted play into a 14-yard gain.
When I saw that snap, I wouldn't have thought of that 14 yards coming out of that, Chris.
So now Nettleton has come off their own 9-yard line and has moved it to the Blytheville 40. And a chance to score and get the ball back to start the second half. A give to Frazier, and down goes Frazier at the 36-yard line, but he got 4 tough yards on first down. Second down and 6. Ali was not on the tackle. Small to throw. He has a man, and it is incomplete. He threw it into double coverage, and it hung up on him. Number 20 and number 22. Number 20 is Jordan Jackson. Number 22 is
Isaac Kelly.
Isaac Kelly. They were both in coverage, and had that ball not been up in the wind where it knocked it down, that could have been a big-time completion.
And also, you got to give it to Stanley Wilson for coming and making the play, because he played defense on that one.
3rd and 6. Small keeps, has a first down and more inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. So 9 more for Small. He has 14 carries already in the first half. And I believe he is over 100 yards in the first half. We'll have to check that and see. First down. Small keeps again inside the 25.
They're keeping that clock grinding. We're under a minute left to play in the half now. They're going to try to keep this Blytheville defense on the field.
Small gets 4 on the carry. Second down and 6. 45 seconds left to play in the half. Give to Frazier. Sidesteps a tackle inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line.
Nettleton taking their last timeout.
That's going to be a yard short of a first down. 4 yards for Frazier. And with 38.5 seconds left to play in the first half, it's a 17-13 Nettleton lead. We'll keep it here during this timeout. Discuss kind of what we've seen a little bit. It's been the quarterbacks carrying the load on the ground for both teams.
Yeah, that was one of our keys to the game, was quarterback play, and that's what it definitely has come down to for both sides. You've got Small for Nettleton and Northern for Blytheville that's just taking their teams on their back and saying, okay, we're going to win or lose with you guys following my lead.
Small already with 5 carries tonight that are over 11 yards. His longest is 30. He's had rushes of 22, 11, 30, 15, and 14. And Northern, he's had some big carries too. He's had 3 carries himself of 12 or more. He's had a 26-yarder, a 15-yarder, and a 12-yarder. Even though Clark has gotten the brunt of the carries for Blytheville, he has 16 carries and 2 touchdowns. But Jalen Small has been the workhorse for the Nettleton Raiders, and they put it in play. 3rd and 1 at the 18. Give is to Frazier. He's got the first down.
So that's going to stop the clock momentarily while they move the chains.
That's 2 yards for Frazier down to the 16.
Now, do you try to go for a quick pass here? 31 seconds left on the clock.
You're out of timeouts.
No timeouts.
So you got to get something. You got to get out of bounds, or you need to throw a pass. They are going to throw a pass. Small into the end zone. Touchdown to number 4, Stanley Wilson. A 16-yard touchdown pass and catch. And the Nettleton Raiders have scored again. It's 23-13 with 24 seconds left to play in the first half.
Chris, that's the same play that was busted up over around the 10-yard line a while ago.
He threw a more of a dart there and didn't get any air under it for the wind to block it down. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. 24 seconds left to play in the first half, and your score, Nettleton 24, Blytheville 13. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
West Cisco, we talked about it when Blytheville went for it on fourth down that we thought they should have kicked for 3. That is a 10-point swing right there as they didn't get the fourth down, and now Nettleton drives the length of the field, 11 plays, 90 yards, 3:24 off the clock, and a 16-yard pitch and catch from Small to Wilson. That is a huge momentum swing because Nettleton will get the ball to start the third quarter as well.
That's why you put the points on the board if you have the opportunity.
And a low bouncing kick that will be taken by number 32, Derek Haley. And he goes down to the 35-yard line. 22 seconds left. Now, Blytheville does have 2 timeouts, and they do have the wind behind them. So we'll see if they try to put it in the air and try to get something on the board before halftime.
They've thrown a little, but I don't think they've thrown enough.
Well, if they're going to run it, it's going to be a quarterback keep because they have 5 receivers, and it is a quarterback keep, and that does not fool anyone. Big 77, Jalen Allison says, "Not in my house."
And I think that's going to do it for the half.
That's going to be
No. Blytheville has called their second time out.
A loss of a yard on the play for Northern. And with 10 seconds left, they're going to call one of their 2 final timeouts. And let's expound on it a little bit more, Wes. You had about 4 minutes left to go in the first half. You're down 17-13. You have basically a chip shot. And you have a good kicker. We've seen him drill the football on PATs. One was left that he missed, but he drilled the second one right in the middle. So he had a strong enough leg. You got the wind behind you. I do not understand why you don't put 3 points on the board right there.
I don't either. And like you said, coming out of break, that's a 10-point swing now. So instead of being down 1 at halftime, you're now down 11. You got 10 seconds left to go, and they haven't passed with great accuracy tonight. And you've got, let's look here, 65 yards to go till pay dirt.
So 2nd and 11, and Northern, he's going to throw. Squares his shoulders, throws it deep downfield, and that's out of bounds. That goes all the way into the stands where the Blytheville band was. So incomplete for Northern.
They'll have time for one more play with 2 seconds left.
So Northern is 1 out of 3. Kaysen was 1 out of 6 with an interception before he came out. So 2 out of 9 with an interception for the Blytheville Chickasaws throwing the ball in the first half. About the only thing you can do here is you could try a hook and ladder possibly. You could throw it as far as you can throw it. And that try a draw play or something. Now it's going to be an end around. And he's not going, well, he's going to reverse field, but he's, nice block.
Nice block.
Outstanding block by the quarterback, Northern. And he's still on his feet. But out of bounds will go number 30. Number 30 is D'Amico Clark as he gets 14 yards to end the half. That's how this one ends with the score, or how the first half ends with the score. Nettleton 24, Blytheville 13. We'll be back with the halftime show right after these messages. You're watching the high school football Tubetown Game of the Week right here on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Ready, blue F-150, red Mustang, hey, hey, hey!
Terry Woodlong with Bert Harrison at Wood Ford Sales in Truman. We've got our entire inventory teed up, ready to kick off the season of big savings.
Terry, we've got any crew cab XLT on the lot, $9,000 off. We got them in Razorback Red, Red Wolf Red, or any color you want.
Hey, let the other guys punt. Come on down to Wood Ford Sales in Truman and score big.
This is where we're passing the savings along to you.
Wood Ford Sales in Truman, where you don't pay more, you just get more.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." We at Mark Tree United Methodist Church are not perfect, but we are trying. We want you to know there is room in this sanctuary, in this congregation, and in our hearts for you. Come on in, neighbor.
Come on in, neighbors.
Hi, I'm Michael Crawley. There are many reasons people fall into debt: unexpected illness, loss of income, or a basic mismanagement of finances. Don't feel like you're alone. At the Crawley Law Firm, we work hard to help you break free from these burdens. Our team will guide you step by step so you understand the process. Call us today at the Crawley Law Firm to schedule your free consultation in either our Jonesboro or Forest City office.
Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not just an account number. Just like the fertile farmland of the Delta, First Delta Bank has a strong history and solid foundation of supporting our communities in eastern Poinsett County. First Delta Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
A 4A3 conference opener between the Highland Rebels, who are 1-2, and the West Side Warriors. Mag to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Avery Johnson wide open at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Highland. Avery Johnson is not just fast, he's 6'2", 215 as well. He has some size.
And he just scored.
First down without the touchdown. Give inside to Avery Johnson, and he will walk in.
Yes, Ritter Channel 3 or an HD on Channel 204.
Mag fires complete to Avery Johnson inside the 10, inside the 5, and a touchdown, another touchdown to Avery Johnson. Sadden to throw again. He's got a man. It's caught by Gillespie at the 40, to the 50. He's being chased to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Westside! Mag to throw. Fires complete to Stewart to a pretty nifty move. My goodness, look at that speed.
He's gone. He's gone.
He is going to the house. 78 yards. And some nifty footwork that time by Deion Stewart. McFadden wants to throw, fires a little slant route, and it is caught for the touchdown!
C defeats Salem 58-0.
Hand off Avery Johnson, and he is in for the touchdown. Fadden Giving a nice hole for Banda, and he is in for the touchdown. Going out. There's your building point. Banda, big hole. Off the 50, 40. They're not going to catch him. He's gone. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Cody Banda. Give it to Johnson. Crosses midfield. 45, 40. Turns the corner. 35. Cuts it back against the grain. Picks up a block. Look out. He's got away. To the 30. To the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Avery Johnson.
Last play here. Touchdown!
And a touchdown. We're back at the half, 24-13. Nettleton with the lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws, and for your listening entertainment, the Blytheville Chickasaw Marching Band. And the halftime show continues here at Nettleton, 24-13. The Nettleton Raiders leading the Blytheville Chickasaws here at the half, and we've been listening a little bit to the Blytheville Chickasaw Marching Band, but now, as we promised, as we teased in the first half, we have a special guest in the booth with us from Nettleton Raider lore, Coach Patrick. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, son. It's an honor to be here on your little radio show.
24-13, Nettleton with the lead, and we were discussing before the half when Blytheville did not kick the field goal and took points off the board, and then Nettleton went the other way. What did you think about all that transpired?
Well, it's a crucial moment in the game, son. I'm not going to lie to you, and it certainly worked out well for my Raiders. I'm very pleased with the effort of the quarterback, Jerry Small. He's doing a fantastic job running and he's also doing a good job reading the defense. I also like to say a big shout out to my friend, Coach Stan the Man Hampton. He's calling all the right plays, son. Looking good for the Raiders right now.
Well, Steve Hampton is certainly calling a lot of good plays, and Jalen Small has had a very good first half, as you said, for the Nettleton Raiders here at homecoming. A lot of special festivities for the Raiders.
It certainly is there, Seth. Looking down here at the crowd, we got a lot of great Nettleton Raiders who are here, son. Brian Carter, he played quarterback for me back in the 80s. He's here. He's the high school principal right now. We've got Dale Lipford down there from the class of 1989. That's the greatest class in Nettleton history. And a little bit earlier, I even saw Darrell Lawson, the greatest running back to ever play here at Nettleton, son.
Tell us a little bit about some of those old Raider teams. They used to have some really good football here, and they're getting back to that as they went to the playoffs last year and looking to get back into the playoffs again this year in that tough 5A East.
Well, you're right, son. It's a little tougher football than what we competed in whenever I coached here. When I coached, we were in the 3B North. So the 5A East is definitely a step up in competition. It's been kind of tough for us to make the adjustment, but we are, son. Got into playoffs last year, number 4 seed, and looks like we may be on our way to getting into the playoffs again. Tough conference, but you're right. Raider football, a proud tradition here, and I'm proud of these young men carrying it on, son.
I see a little Cardinal thing around your neck. Looks like you're a Cardinal fan. Some bad news to report there, Coach Patrick.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
6-2.
Cardinals.
6-3.
Cardinals are losing. You're right, son. I do follow the Cardinals from time to time. I like to keep up with the lesser sports, too, like baseball.
Speaking of lesser sports, might you be a wrestling, not wrestling, R-A-S-S-L-I-N, might you be a wrestling aficionado?
Well, you know, son, I do enjoy watching the wrestling, specifically Channel 5 wrestling. Handsome Jimmy Valiant and Jerry the King Lawler. I've been a big fan of Memphis wrestling for a long time, son.
What about that cat named Greg Russell? Are you familiar with him any?
Well, you know, I do keep up with local sports talk radio. I like listening to the Front Row with Bud Rowe show, even though Bud Rowe makes me look like a horse's patootie often. And I have heard the aforementioned Russell on there, son. To be honest with you, not that impressed with him.
Well, some people are and some people aren't. So, Coach Patrick, we thank you for your time, for stepping in with us and giving us a lot of Nettleton Raiders perspective. And
yeah, you're welcome, son. I got an encyclopedic knowledge of Raider football, so if you ever need me to bless you with it, just let me know, son. Say hey to my good friend Boris Carlton. Tell him thank you for coming out in Tubetown, covering the Raiders. We appreciate you boys being here. Looking forward to seeing you at every single Raider football game from now on.
Well, we're glad to be here, Coach Patrick, and thank you for stepping in and talking with us. And we're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, it'll be more of the halftime show right after this. 24-13, the Nettleton Raiders lead the Blytheville Chicks. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
How much am I getting paid for this,
Blue,
son?
F-150, red, Mustang, hey! Hey, hey!
Terry Wood along with Bert Harrison at Wood Ford Sales and Truman. We've got our entire inventory teed up, ready to kick off the season of big savings.
Terry, we've got any crew cab XLT on the lot, $9,000 off. We got them in Razorback Red, Red Wolf Red, or any color you want.
Hey, let the other guys punt. Come on down to Wood Ford Sales and Truman and score big.
This is where we're passing the savings along to you.
Wood Ford Sales and Truman, where you don't pay more, you just get more.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock, on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
Hi, I'm Michael Crawley. There are many reasons people fall into debt: unexpected illness, loss of income, or a basic mismanagement of finances. Don't feel like you're alone. At the Crawley Law Firm, we work hard to help you break free from these burdens. Our team will guide you step by step so you understand the process. Call us today at the Crawley Law Firm to schedule your free consultation in either our Jonesboro or Forest City office.
24-13, Nettleton with a lead over the Blytheville Chickasaws as we continue with the halftime show. Wes, I know you were standing in here when Coach Patrick was in here. I tell you what, that's a character right there, buddy.
That's a different cat there, Seth.
Seth, yes. And Boris Carlton. Where's Natasha?
I guess she's at home.
Oh, must be. 24-13 as we have some stats popping up here on the screen. You see Blytheville 2 out of 9 for 11 yards passing. Nettleton 4 out of 6 for 34. All the yardage, well, not all, but most of the yardage on the ground tonight. 137 yards rushing for Blytheville, 152 for Nettleton. Third down's a critical stat. Blytheville 3 out of 7, Nettleton 1 out of 4. And as you see, number 77, Jalen Allison, had a real nice first half. 7 tackles and a sack. So the stats are pretty even, but the score is 24-13. And
once again, the score would have been just about even, just like the stats were, if they would have went for the field goal. I know we're harping on that, but I still believe, especially in high school, you never take points off the board.
The fourth down play and the pick six have loomed large. That's 14 of Nettleton's 24 points as they scored on that ensuing drive. Without those, Blytheville has the lead. But Nettleton here on homecoming leads it 24-13, and we're going to step away for a timeout. When we come back, it'll be the third quarter kickoff. Right after this, you're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10 p.m. At 7:48 p.m. north. This has now been upgraded to a tornado warning. We have confirmation of a tornado on the ground. You need to seek emergency shelter immediately. Take cover now. Move to an interior room away from...
Farmers Bank & Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank & Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank & Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not just an account number. Just like the fertile farmland of the Delta, First Delta Bank has a strong history and solid foundation of supporting our communities in eastern Poinsett County. First Delta Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Armor Seed halftime show, where the Raiders are up 24-13 over the Blytheville Chickasaws. Some scores very interesting. It's Manila 8, Cedar Ridge 0 in a high-scoring contest. The Rivercrest Colts, we saw them a couple weeks ago. They have a 36-14 lead over the Mohawks of Piggott. And I saw another one a while ago here, where it was 21-17 Central over Jonesboro, Chris.
We figured that one would be a good ball game. A lot of good athletes out on the field on both sides of the ball for both teams there. That's probably going to be a 7 to 10 point game either way, however that one turns out.
The Gosnell Pirates have a 20-8 lead over Cave City at the half.
Well, Cave City hanging in a little tougher than what I thought they might with Gosnell. We saw Gosnell play to a tie with Rivercrest a couple of weeks ago. Gosnell has playmakers all over the field, and they're one of the favorites in the 3A4 conference, or 4A3, excuse me, with the Highland Rebels, who we saw last week.
Last score we got from Valley View was a scoreless tie, 0-0, and I don't remember who they're playing tonight, though. Off the top of my head, we got them. Speaking of Valley View, let's just go ahead and plug our game for next week. We're going over to Blazer Field on the campus of Valley View High School when the Blazers host the Win Yellow Jackets. Delta Storm's coming into town.
Delta Swarm is coming into town. That'll be round 3 of the Tubetown Jonesboro tour. West Side last week, Nettleton here tonight, Valley View next week, and they're going to play the team that has been ranked number 1 most of the year in 5A, the Win Yellow Jackets, and Win looking for another state title down in Delta country.
I'd like to know, I've heard 2 players suspended now, or actually kicked off the team after the 17-player fight earlier this week.
A score to pass along to you. The St. Louis Cardinals down 6-1 to Mr. Cy Young himself, Clayton Kershaw, has come back, and Matt Carpenter with a bases-loaded double in the top of the 7th has cleared the bases. 7-6, the Cardinals lead the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we are ready for third quarter action.
And the third quarter kickoffs brought to you by Wood Ford Sales. Score big on a new vehicle from Wood Ford during saving season. Wood Ford Sales in Truman, and on the web at woodfordsalstruman.com.
Walt Daniels puts it in the air, taken at the 3, out to the 15, out to the 20, 25, 30. Looking for a lane, and still on his feet at the 35, pushing the pile all the way out to nearly the 40-yard line.
And once again, great field position to start off for the Nettleton Raiders. This is what, the 4th time now, Chris, that they've had the ball inside their 30-yard line or further?
Joe Frazier returns it out to the 39. And Nettleton will look to build upon that momentum that they had right before half. Jalen Small takes the snap. Eludes 2 tacklers, has a hole now, 45-50, spins, 45-40, still spinning all the way down to the Blytheville 40-yard line, 21 yards on the first carry of the second half for Small, and I believe he had a buck 34 in the first half on 15 carries and a touchdown. Now he's up over 150 yards rushing for the game.
He's an early candidate for player of the game, Chris.
Certainly is. And Joe Frazier,
for the First Delta Bank player of the game.
Gets a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Also, Terry Northern, if Blytheville comes back, he's having a nice game. Jalen Allison, as you said, for Nettleton. Small on the keep. Inside the 35. Ball comes loose. Did it get out of bounds?
Yes.
Boy, Nettleton
dodged a big bullet right there.
A huge bullet there. An 8-yard carry for Small. 3rd down and 1, but a huge bullet was dodged right there by the Nettleton Raiders.
Four wide now for the Raiders.
And we have a flag on the play, pre-snap penalty.
And looks like it's going against Blytheville, so that's going to be a 1st down for the Raiders.
You know, it's funny, Wes. Driving up to the game tonight, was keeping tabs on the Cardinals early, and I told my son, I said, son, it's probably liable to be a 7-6 type ball game with all this hype on Wainwright and Kershaw, and I'll be dog if it's not 7-6 in the 7th inning. So 1st down after the penalty. Small gives to Joe Frazier, and down goes Frazier for a loss of 3.
Frazier, for being the leading rusher for Nettleton, hasn't done much yet. Coming into the game, hasn't done much yet for the Raiders.
He may not be the leading rusher after tonight. Small going to put it in the air, lobs it down the sideline, incomplete. And I am very surprised that a flag was not thrown in there. It looked like the corner had a hold of number 4, Stanley Wilson's arm, but no flag.
I think it was because the ball was thrown inside where he was actually going outside and had to make the adjustment. I think they're calling that where the uncatchable ball for that reason.
Well, he had it in his hands. But 3rd down and 12. And as they tried the hard count, they moved, but they got back on sides.
Blytheville's now 2 for 5.
High snap. Small. He's going to lose it. Blytheville's going to pick it up. They may scoop and score. All the way to the 35, to the 30. Still going on his feet. Still going to the 20, 15, 10, 5. What a block and a touchdown. Oh, my. Did you see the block at the end, West Cisco? Number 32, Derek Haley, put a block at the 10-yard line and got him the final 10 yards. Number 44, Tyree Jones.
There's a flag on the play.
And that may come back. I wish we had replay we could go to right here. An outstanding block at the Nettleton 10-yard line. But let's see. For now, it's a touchdown. They're talking to the Raiders. This one's coming back, folks.
I wonder if it's after they've already picked after the fumble.
Yeah, it's a change after the change of possession. So Blytheville will have possession.
I'm blocking the back. Yes.
Blocking the back. So Blytheville does get the ball in good field position at the 48 of Nettleton. So the 2nd Nettleton turnover. And now Blytheville will try to, as they say, make hay while the sun shines. A great play, nonetheless, by Tyree Jones, going about 65 yards. But it's for naught as the handoff goes to Clark. Not much there, about a yard. Hightower makes the stop. 2nd down and 9. It's not the first time we've called Christian Hightower's name tonight either.
High snap.
Northern gives off to Clark. Avoids the tackle of Allison. Allison did slow him down enough, though, to get help at the 40-yard line. So that's a gain of 7 for Clark.
Going to bring up 3rd down short.
The third down, and we'll call it 3 at the 40-yard line.
Blytheville's 3 for 7 on third downs.
And it's going to be that's a first down right there as Nettleton jumps off sides. I don't believe he was no, they're going to move it to the 35. I started to say I don't believe he was drawn.
Oh,
well, they're going to say he was drawn. So they marched it toward the 35 of Nettleton, and the referee said, bring this one back. Beep, beep, beep. Back to the 45-yard line.
Holiday hits a 3-run shot. It's now 10-6 Birds on the bat.
Third down and 8. And Northern rolls to his left, squares his shoulders, fires, incomplete. Blytheville looking for a flag, but they're going to say it was overthrown. So they're going to call it an uncatchable ball. That ball went out of bounds anyway, so.
But
incomplete pass for Northern.
So I'll bring up 4th and 8.
Blytheville 0 for 1 on 4th downs, that big 4th down play right before the half, and they're going to go for it again on 4th down and 7, 4th and 8 at the 45. Look out, heavy rush. They throw a screen though, and it's complete. Evades a tackler inside the 40.
He's got the
and
first
a
down.
First down. Nice job by number 1, King, Tyrell King, as he gets down to the Nettleton 32-yard line and 13 yards.
And Terry Northern had someone right in his face when he threw that ball.
It was Jaquavian Wilson, number 24, that hit him. And now Northern's going to keep, and he's got a big hole all the way down inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. That's 25 more yards for Northern on his first carry of the second half. And now Blytheville, and yet again, here they are. But how big does that play loom in the first half? As it looks like there's going to be,
we've got an injured
man
Raider
on the field. But again, you might only be down 1 in this position had you kicked the field goal, and now a touchdown would only get them to within 4 here.
That's big Jalen Allison that's down, Chris.
Well, he's already up. He is limping off under his own power, so that's good to see, as Allison will come off under his own power. That would have been a huge loss for the Nettleton defense. 5'11", 252 pounds. I'd say that's built like a fire plug. But first and goal at the 7. Handoff Clark inside the 5. Down to about the 3 for Clark. That's 4 more yards.
Tonight's second half is brought to you by Kaiser LP Gas. Kaiser LP Gas can fill all your propane needs, agriculture, commercial, and residential. Call today, 870-526-2198, Kaiser LP Gas.
We thank all of our fine sponsors, as Clark
didn't get much,
got
if anything.
no gain.
So still.
So third and goal.
Three for 8 on third downs.
Northern's going to keep. He moves it up inside, and let's see.
Depends on where they.
No signal
yet. Did his knee go down? I think his knee went down before he stretched.
No signal, so he's down at about the 1 foot line. That's a 3-yard gain for Northern, but it is 4th down and goal.
1 for 2.
You know they're going to go for it.
This one makes sense. The other one in the first half, I'm still shaking my head on.
Northern QB keep, and let's see. No signal. Still waiting. No signal. Touchdown, Blytheville. So Northern, officially it will be a 1-yard keep for the touchdown. And with 6:29 left to play in the third quarter, it's now a 24-19 game, and you got to figure Blytheville's going to go for 2 here to try to get it to within a field goal.
Yeah, you see Northern still on. And so is Clark.
So they're going for 2. Northern fakes, keeps it himself.
Nope.
And he's going to lose yardage, so the 2-point conversion is no good. 6:29 left to play in the third quarter. The score, Nettleton 24, Blytheville 19. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
24-19 after that score. Again, Chris, we would love to thank Mickey Phelps and Front Page Cafe and then ServPro of Jonesboro for that wonderful pregame meal they fed us tonight.
Grilled hamburgers and huge hot dogs.
Oh, man.
And our man Zap over here, he comes up with 2 hot dogs and a hamburger. And he's about this big around. You can't see it on TV, but he's not... he's skinny, and he put it away, folks. That's how good it was.
There was a penalty coming out of the break, and I didn't see, but I know Coach Fisher's over there upset talking to the official.
Well, it's still at the 40-yard line, so there's not any yardage marked either way.
Maybe it was a sideline warning. I did not see.
Blytheville will kick it away.
It was a sideline warning against
Daniels,
the Chickasaws.
High and deep, taken at the 10-yard line. Across the 20. Tries to get the outside. Does get the corner, and he's across the 30. Number 6, Kobe Cricht, will set up the Nettleton Raiders at about the 32-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Nettleton Raiders at their own 32-yard line. Small will keep straight up the middle. Now he gets to the outside 35-yard line, and that's going to be about where he is run out of bounds. They're going to spot it at the 35, so 3 yards for Small. That'll bring up second down and 7 for the Raiders. Another keep, straight up the middle, and
I think we have a dead ball.
We do, a flag on the play. False start against the Raiders. And after a pretty clean first 7 or 8 minutes, the flags are starting to pile up for both teams. So 2nd and 12 now, back at the 30. As Small looks over for a change in the play.
That's their 4th penalty for 40 yards tonight.
Small to throw, fires a slant, and it's complete. Across the 35 to number 4, Wilson. Stanley Wilson. Out to the 37-yard line, so 7 yards. That's the 5th completion for Small. 4 of those to Wilson. And 1 was a touchdown.
2 for 5 now are the Raiders on 3rd down.
3rd and 5 at the 37-yard line. Bad snap again. Small picks it up, and he's going to be swallowed by the Chickasaw defense all the way back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 12 for Small.
And you know that is not going to sit well with Coach Hampton when they go back to review the film next week.
So 4th down, and Blytheville will take over as Nettleton will have to punt. And we have another injured player.
We'd like to thank all of our great sponsors who made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Kaiser LP Gas, Farmers Bank and Trust, I Care Truman, First United Methodist Church of Marktree, First Delta Bank, and Wood Ford Sales. If you're interested in being a sponsor for any of our prep sports coverage, call Marcus Carlton at 336-2318. And I cannot tell a number.
I don't have a number, and I do see him moving his legs. That's good, as they're helping the young man up as he is in a seated position, and now he's up to his feet. That's Jalen Small, folks, number 9. That would be a huge loss for the Nettleton Raiders if Jalen Small is hurt. He's been the offense pretty much.
We'd also like to thank the National Scouting Report. NSR presents the National Scouting Report Ritter Communications Game of the Week, Underclassmen of the Game. It goes to the top underclassmen of the game. You can friend Larry Perrin at Larry Perrin NSR. Thanks again to National Scouting.
Watching Jalen Small come off, he looks woozy. I don't know if he took a shot to the head, but he was walking very slowly and looked woozy. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, as there's a high punt. It's going to bounce at the 40 into Blytheville territory at the 48-yard line. So Blytheville will take over at its own 48. And we'll have...
That's going to be a key of the game right there. If
it looks like they're having him...
Sorry, Small.
He's trying to move his neck around, and so Small, we'll have to see if Small can continue. I hate to speculate on the injury, but after what happened up at Michigan last week, give to Clark. He's got a big hole. 40, 30. 25, 20, cuts it back inside. He is gone. Touchdown. Number 2, DeMadre Clark, a 52-yard touchdown run, and now Blytheville has regained the lead.
You can tell how big this game is to both these sides. Again, I know it's early in the conference season, but this game is going to determine what seeds and who goes to playoffs.
25-24, and now Blytheville will go for 2 again to try to make it a field goal game. A 52-yard jaunt. As now Northern's going to throw, and it's incomplete. A nice job there by number 16, Jamarcus Northern of the Nettleton Raiders to knock down that 2-point conversion. 25-24 is your score. The Nettleton Raiders now trail by 1 to the Blytheville Chickasaws. 4:42 left in the third quarter. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Ready, blue F-150, red Mustang. Hey, hey, hey!
Terry Woodlong with Bert Harrison at Wood Ford Sales in Truman. We've got our entire inventory teed up, ready to kick off the season of big savings.
Terry, we've got any crew cab XLT on the lot, $9,000 off. We got them in Razorback Red, Red Wolf Red, or any color you want.
Hey, let the other guys punt. Come on down to Wood Ford Sales in Truman and score big.
This is where we're passing the savings along to you.
Wood Ford Sales in Truman, where you don't pay more, you just get more.
25-24. Consecutive touchdowns by the Blytheville Chickasaws, and they have regained the lead. An outstanding ball game so far here tonight, as a worm burner, as it were, kicked down to the 35, and number 40, Christian Hightower, falls on it. So Nettleton, we'll look and see who comes back out to lead the troops. We'll see if it's going to be Jalen Small.
Got a Tubetown area score here to report. EPC has a 35-7 lead over the Midland Mustangs.
And Jalen Small is back out on the field, so good news for that young man that he was not seriously hurt. and he will continue to play. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. The handoff to Frazier. 35, 40, 45-yard line, and Frazier gets loose out to the 46, a gain of 16.
Is that the biggest rush that Frazier has had tonight, Chris?
By far. By far. His biggest rush previous to that was 4 yards.
And Little Rock Central scored a touchdown over Jonesboro. They're up 28-17.
And we have a flag. That's going to be offsides against the Chickasaws, so a free 5. That puts it into Blytheville territory at the 49-yard line. And that play call, I believe, running Frazier to the outside right there was a direct reflection of what happened on the series before with Small, making sure he is good and ready. And he's going to get the carry here up the middle. Nice hole. 1st down yardage all the way to the 40-yard line. That's 9 more for Small.
Got another score to report. The Warriors of Westside have a 15-8 lead over Truman at Truman's homecoming.
Well, you remember last week we said a lot of teams are going to get done to them what they had done to them by Highland. The key was not to let it be a lingering effect and to not dwell on it and be ready to play this week, and it looks like they are. As Frazier goes for no gain on 1st down.
And here in a few weeks, we'll have those Truman Wildcats here on Tubetown as they go to Brooklyn for some
a cat fight.
Yeah, a cat fight.
Bear and Wild. 2nd and 10. Always good to have a cat fight for a football game. Small to throw. Oh, he's going to be brought down. He thought he had a man open, looked and saw coverage, pulled it down, and he's going to take a sack all the way back to
49.
The 49-yard line. So that's a loss of 8. And 3rd down and 18.
Two for 6 tonight are the Raiders on 3rd down. And
Small to throw. Oh, he dropped it. Incomplete. They had a screen set up right there.
He took his eye off the ball. That's the only thing you can say. Joe Frazier took his eye off the ball and then dropped it.
I don't know if he thought he was fixing to get hit by a haymaker or not, but he dropped that football. Fourth down, and Nettleton will punt. Mason Gibson standing at his own 36. High kick. Going to bounce and take a Blytheville bounce. Bounced at the 35 back to the 38-yard line. So that's an 11-yard kick, no return. And with 2:41 left to play in the 3rd quarter, Blytheville leading 25-24. They will put it in play at their own.
So Blytheville's wanting to get some more momentum off of that last score, see if they can do it again. Nettleton's looking to stop some bleeding right now, Chris.
Northern rolls to his right and hands back off to Clark. A little misdirection play. Did not fool the Nettleton defense. Jalen Allison in on another tackle. As Clark actually is going to lose a yard. 22 carries for DeMadre Clark. Number 13, Walt Daniels on the carry. He got 4. 3rd down and 8. Coming for the Blytheville Chicks. 1:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Northern rolling to his right, wants to throw, fires, and it's complete. A nice catch.
That's going to depend on the spot there. That's right at the.
D'Amico
I think
Clark.
He's going to be about a yard short, though.
But an outstanding catch by D'Amico Clark nonetheless.
They're going to measure here.
Give him 7 yards on the catch. And let's see what the measurement shows. It looks like he's short. He is about a foot short, so an interesting decision coming now for the Blytheville Chickasaws. They're in their own territory, but they're only
go for it.
They've gone for it, what, 4 times already tonight?
Yeah,
so
and they're 2 for 3.
3 times. They're 2 for 3. You can feel the press box shaking from the Nettleton fans here. Stomping on the bleachers. Give to Clark. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see where the spot is. It's going to depend on the spot. 39 and 35. Andrew Tackett and Jasper Harrison met him in the hole.
We're going to have another measurement here.
And we're going to have another measurement.
I don't know who Wynn was playing tonight. At halftime, they were up 49-0. All I have is Wynn was up 49-0.
I believe they're playing Greene County Tech.
That's not good for the Golden Eagles. Hey, we got a score alert. Truman has scored a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. They lead Westside 16-15. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the game.
And he is short. As a matter of fact, he got absolutely no gain. He might have lost about 3 inches on that play as well, because it looked like the measurement was longer this time than on the third down play.
It was.
And so Blytheville is turned away, and Nettleton will take over on downs at the 47-yard line with 1:19 left in the third, down by a point. Small going to keep into the middle of the defense. And he will get down to about the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, a gain of 4 for Small. He has 22 carries on the night. Oh, look out.
Oh.
Did they get him? Was he drawn or did he make contact?
I didn't see contact, but I think they're going to go ahead and say that it's offsides.
He got into the neutral zone, so that's 5 free ones. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 2 as opposed to 2nd and 7, and that opens up the playbook.
That is the 6th penalty against the Chickasaws. They've been penalized for 68 yards.
Small hands off to Frazier, and forward progress should get him the first down, as he is going to be marked at the 36-yard line. So that is a first down for Frazier, a gain of 3. Actually 4 yards to the 35-yard line. 4 yards for Frazier. And the Nettleton Raiders have another first down with 42 seconds left to play in the third quarter. High snap, Small corrals it. Gets inside the 40, inside the 30. 25-20, he is gone. 15-10-5, touchdown! Jalen Small, 35 yards, and the Nettleton Raiders have regained the lead.
Isaac Kelly for Blytheville had a beat on him. Decided to go low instead of wrapping him up for a tackle. He juked, missed him, and Small missed him. Boom, 6.
They're going to go for the 1-point conversion instead of 2. I thought they might try for 2 to get it to 7, but they go for the 1, and it is up and good. So with 28 seconds left to play in the third quarter, your score, Nettleton 31, Blytheville 25. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not just an account number. Just like the fertile farmland of the Delta, First Delta Bank has a strong history and solid foundation of supporting our communities in eastern Poinsett County. First Delta Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Join us next week, next Friday night from Valley View as the Blazers host the Winning Yellow Jackets. Prep football on Tubetown presented by Armor Seed and Kaiser LP Gas.
3 plays, 50 seconds off the clock, a 35-yard dart by Jalen Small. Kick is going to bounce. Ooh, look out. That could have been dangerous, but now it's picked up on the run, and he's going to go. Is there an angle to the 40? Can he be caught from behind? Yes, he will be caught from behind. Number 6, Kobe Cripe, caught number 16, Tristan McCullough, from behind, but nonetheless, what looked like could have been trouble.
Give Garrett Miller the assist. He went down. He saw he had to slow down to try to hurdle him, and that's when the tackle happened.
That looked like trouble when it bounced at the 23-yard line because it bounced toward Nettleton, bounced backwards, and an outstanding job by McCullough, and he gets all the way down to the 27-yard line. So outstanding field position as they give to Clark, and he's inside the 25 to about the 24.
And that's probably going to be the last play of this quarter, Chris.
3 yards for Clark on his 23rd carry of the night.
And it will be. That's it.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter with the score, Nettleton 31, Blytheville 25. Don't leave us now, folks. It's been an outstanding game, and an outstanding fourth quarter is coming. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Some local scores now. Again, Salem 38, Rector 8.
Go Cougars.
Jonesboro has taken the lead at Central's 31-28, and Westside has answered against Truman 23-16 Warriors. As we get ready to start the fourth.
24-yard line, 2nd and 7 for Blytheville, and let's see. Now we have a play clock issue. As it is reset. High snap, Northern gets it. And let's see, he's going to get not much. He gets back to the line of scrimmage before he is met by a host of Raiders. No gain for Northern. So 3rd down and 8. Empty backfield, so this will either be a quarterback draw or a pass.
5 wide, Chris.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a quarterback draw or a little screen pass right here. They're going into the wind, so yep, quarterback draw.
They did not have Nettleton fooled at all.
Did not fool Nettleton. He got down to the 23-yard line, which is a gain of 2.
Now that you're down here, in the first half when you were on the other side of the field, we said go for the field goal. I say go for it on this one because you're kicking into the wind. You don't have the wind at your back now.
Yeah, this is a 40-yarder into the wind. There's no way he's going to kick that field goal.
They're 2 for 4 tonight, so they've converted 50% of their
4th and 6.
downs.
Northern rolling to his right, being chased by Allison. Allison got a hold of him and got the sack. Jalen Allison. Another sack. I know that's at least 2 for him for tonight. Yes, 2 sacks tonight for Jalen Allison. And again, Blytheville is denied.
The Dodgers have scored. It's now 10-8 Cardinals in the bottom of the 8th.
Like a 2-run homer for Adrian Gonzalez, possibly. Somebody moved on the Nettleton line. Looked like the left tackle raised up out of his stance, so that's going to back up 5 yards.
For a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to our website, www.tubetownonline.com. Full schedules on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of all of our high school sports programming.
So 1st and 15. As Small will keep, we have a flag. That's probably a hold.
And then we got something else on the second flag.
So let's see, 2 flags. One I'm almost certain is a hold, and I'm not sure what the second flag was.
I think it's also going to be. There's only 2 people in that whole vicinity where the official was standing.
Still sorting it out. Big Jalen Allison's had a nice night on defense for Nettleton. I believe he's approaching double digits in tackles, 2 sacks. Not sure how many he's had for a loss. Several though.
3,
Yep, this one's
3 tackles for loss. 8 total tackles.
And this is a huge penalty against the Raiders, all the way back inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
So there's a hold and a unsportsmanlike conduct against the Raiders.
So that's going to take it back to the 14-yard line. The line to gain is the 37, so 23 yards to go. 1st down and 23. Give to Frazier. And he's out close to the 15.
And there's trash blowing on the field from getting out of the trash cans.
5 yards for Frazier. That'll bring up 2nd down and long.
Nice. Looks like that was 44 for Blytheville, and I'm not showing a 44 on my roster.
Jalen Small kept it for a yard to the 16.
I don't know who 44 was, but he had a nice tackle there for the Chickasaws. 2 for 7 are the Raiders on 3rd down. Sorry, Chris.
3rd and 22, and Small going to air it out. Incomplete, as he had number 4, Stanley Wilson, running down the sideline. That would have had to have been a perfect pass, though. And 4th and long, and Nettleton will have to punt. So Blytheville should get pretty good field position here, down by only a touchdown, 31-25. With 9:20 left to play in the ball game. Standing at his own 1-yard line is the punter, Gibson. Nice high spiral kick, bounces at the 40. Down inside the 35 at the Blytheville 34-yard line. So a nice kick of 50 yards. 50-yard punt, no return.
Stay with us for the Kaiser LP Gas postgame show, where we'll name the First Delta Bank player of the game.
And right now, if Nettleton wins, I'm looking at Jalen Small or Jalen Allison. It's going to be a Jalen if Nettleton wins, though. Hand off to Clark as he's going to get up to the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
Guess who was in there on that tackle? Jalen Allison.
And if the Blytheville Chickasaws come back and win, DeMadre Clark will probably be the player of the game as he gets another carry. Spun around and slowed down He would have had a first down had he not been slowed down up at the 45. He still got a first down maybe at the 45.
We got a final, Chris. We're going to be in Valley View next week. They fell to Forest City 20-0 tonight.
So a gain of 6 for Clark. That is a first down. That could have been a huge play, though, if he hadn't have been slowed down. But it's first down at the 45-yard line.
Westside has picked up a 31-16 lead now.
Hand off to Clark across midfield. Jasper Harrison brought him down at the 47 of Nettleton. That's 8 more yards for Clark.
Be a 3rd and short.
So 2nd down and 2 coming for the Chickasaws.
Thought he's put a 3 over there. That's my fault.
Northern to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Allison missed the sack. But number 45, Mitch Sanborn, did not. And he's going to lose back to the 49-yard line. That's a loss of 4 for Northern. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
That's the 3rd sack of the night for the Raider defense.
5 wides. Northern fakes, gets it away on a screen pass, and it's dropped, incomplete. So Northern could not hit his pass there.
Now the Chickasaws are now 3 for 10 on 3rd down plays.
That's a huge statistic too in tonight's ball game. And as it's now 4th and 7.
You'd think they have to punt here.
Would you not with the the wind's in your face though.
Yeah, but you're already
2 out of 5
on your side.
Northern to throw has a man. It is incomplete. Number 1, Tevin Jones, knocked it down. He was stride for stride with Blytheville's number 1, Tyrell King. So again, Blytheville turned away on downs, and Nettleton will take over at the Blytheville 49.
The Golden Hurricane have scored against a big comeback for them. They're now leading 34-28 over Little Rock Central.
.708 left to play in the ball game. Small on the keep. Right edge to the 45. And number 30, D'Amico Clark, brought him down after a gain of 5 yards for Small. 2nd down and 5. This score holds, both teams will be 3 and 2 on the year. Small fumbles the snap, and he will just fall on it back at the 49-yard line. So the 5 he got on 1st down turns into a loss of 6, and that was not a bad snap. That was just Small getting ahead of himself there.
Got a little too over anxious on that one.
And 3rd down and 11 coming with 6:35. A huge 3rd down coming here.
2 for 8 tonight are the Raiders on 3rd down.
Neither team has done good on 3rd down. Fires incomplete. Small's pass was intended for Wilson. And 4th down. And Nettleton will play field position here.
Yeah, they didn't do much with the hand they were given there because they started that drive right where they ended the drive.
Yep.
Matter of fact, lost a yard.
Mason Gibson standing at his own 36 to punt it away. Good snap. High kick, not returnable. Takes a Nettleton bounce inside the 20. The old coffin corner kick is going to go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So a 34-yard punt, no return, which is exactly what you want in that situation. So Blytheville will put it in play. Actually,
Blytheville's had
around
some
the 16.
Blytheville's had a little luck in driving the ball. They just haven't scored here since those two early scores in the third quarter.
And Kaysen is back in. So Northern is out. Bailey Kaysen back in at quarterback. He's more of a thrower. And he fires incomplete.
A little high there.
Intended for King. Second down. Not sure why they're taking out Northern. Because Kaysen has been pretty much ineffective when he played in the first quarter. 1 out of 7. Or 1 out of 6 with an interception.
5 wide, nobody in the
Kaysen, and let's see, it's gonna be blown dead. And we have an injured Raider. And he's up walking around. 39, Andrew Tackett, the linebacker.
Offsides against the Raiders. So that's going to be
5 free ones.
5 freebies.
So 2nd and 5.
Cards still leading 10-8 going into the 9th. 10-8.
What a huge victory that would be for St. Louis, being down 6-1 to Clayton Kershaw. Kaysen to throw. Now he rolls to his right. Still looking. Fires, and it is complete for the first down. Out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. I didn't get a number on the receiver.
6.
Number 6, McDaniel. Latravius McDaniel.
Our stat man zapped right on top of everything, as always.
11 yards and the first down. Delayed handoff to Clark. Across the 35, out to the 39-yard line. Out to the 40, actually, is where they're going to mark him down. So that's a gain of 7 for Clark. 2nd down and 3.
Clark came up limping.
5.5 left to play in the ball game.
We got injury timeout.
So a timeout on the field. 5:26 left to play in the ball game.
Let's keep it here. They just got him an injury.
Okay, so it's just
they just let him substitute. The referee blew it dead to let him substitute because of the injury.
Something else to keep in mind is overtime. If Blytheville was to score and not get the PAT, the handoff is to number 4.
If looks could kill Zap, he would be
Caleb
dead by Zap
Brown.
right now.
Caleb Brown on the carry. And he gets first down yardage to the 43. That's a gain of 5. Clock rolling inside 5 minutes. Man in motion. Kaysen rolling to his right. Look out, he's got pressure. And he fires incomplete.
He's
a
just
good
throwing
jump,
that one away.
Good decision by Kaysen there.
There's a flag. Are they going to say
he didn't have anybody
intentional
open?
Grounding?
Well, the key was, did he get it to the line of scrimmage? Because there was not a receiver in the area. He did not get it to the line of scrimmage. That's intentional grounding. And they're backing up, so it must be intentional grounding. Yep.
So that's also going to be a loss to down to make it the second down.
Penalty all the way back to the 28-yard line. So that'll bring up second down and 25.
Chickasaw's now been flagged 7 times for 81 yards.
That's the hidden yardage that everybody that you hear talked about. And when you have 81 negative yards worth of hidden yardage in a close game like this, and that's what cost the Razorbacks last week, was the hidden yardage penalties. The hold, Dan Skipper's hold and Dan Skipper's trip. Almost intercepted. Oh, my.
And he was looking for 6 on that one. He took his eye off the ball.
So 3rd and 28 coming.
Westside has now opened up their lead over Truman, 38-16.
So 3rd and 28 coming with 4:38 left. Kaysen to throw over the middle, and it is intercepted! Number 35, Jasper Harrison, as Kaysen is picked for the second time tonight. And Nettleton will put it in play at the Blytheville 42, and that may be the nail in the coffin. And I'm still perplexed, Wes, as why they put Kaysen back into the game when Northern was running the offense very efficiently.
It's like you said, it's a 2-quarterback system, though. 1 passing, 1 rushing. I guess they thought that they needed some passing yards.
But you had a ton of time and all 3 timeouts. I don't understand that one. Small straight up the middle, 35-30. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 18 more yards for Jalen Small.
Clock's rolling. About 4:15 left to go now.
Nettleton could pretty much seal this one away with points on this drive. Small keeps, and he's going nowhere. A good job by the Blytheville defense, number 4. Caleb Brown, number 44.
And they don't necessarily, Chris, have to have a touchdown either. They're already up 6. 3 will get you a 2-possession game.
Mm-hmm. Small lost a yard. So 2nd and 11. You see what Nettleton's doing here. They're letting that clock get down inside of 5 before they snap it. And they're going to take a timeout. So 3:24 left to play in the game. 31-25 your score. Nettleton with the lead. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Join us next week when we're in Valley View as the Blazers host the Win Yellow Jackets. Prep football in Tubetown presented by Armor Seed and Kaiser LP Gas. Valley View lost a big one to 4 seed tonight. Win was up big at half, 49-0. So you over GCT. So you got to think they went ahead and put that one away.
I'm sure they did.
It's going to be tough, a little tough for the Blazers here coming into.
Small, straight up the middle, big hole. He's going to go touchdown. 26 yards for Jalen Small, and that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. one also passing, so 4 total touchdowns for Jalen Small, and that should probably do it. 37-25. And now let's see. Nettleton's going to take time out. We're going to keep it here.
Let's talk about
I think
next.
what they're going to discuss here is going for 2 and try to make it a 14-point game, because they still do have 3 timeouts over here, Blytheville does, and 3:16 left to go. So Blytheville could conceivably score quickly,
Try
get an
for an
onside
onside
kick, get it back, still have some timeouts. So you would want to have that 14-point lead, if at all possible. Because either way, it's a 2-score game, whether it's 12 or whether it's 14. You're still looking at a 2-possession game.
Yes. It's just what Blytheville will have to do if they score.
And it looks like the offense is out on the field, so Nettleton is going for 2. 4 plays, minute 16, a 26-yard run by Jalen Small. Your drive summary. Oh, what? No.
We're going to have movement on Nettleton for illegal formation.
Looked like a hot potato there. Not sure what that.
So that's going
what that
back
was,
them up 5. So I think, do you still go for the 2 here, Chris? You backed it up 5.
The offense is out on the field, so they're going for 2 regardless. Tried the okey doke there, and now another timeout. We're going to take this one with them. 3:16 left to play. 37-25 Nettleton. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Chris, another baseball score of local interest. The Kansas City Royals are out of Los Angeles, have a 1-0 lead over the Angels.
Well, they're already up 1-0. I don't know if you watched that game on Monday night, the wild card game, but man, what a baseball game. What a baseball game. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up and good. So they do the 1-point conversion instead of the 2, and with 3:16 left to play in the ball game, your score is now 38-25 Nettleton. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." We at Mark Tree United Methodist Church are not perfect, but we are trying. We want you to know there is room in this sanctuary, in this congregation, and in our hearts for you. Come on in, neighbor.
Come on in, neighbors.
3:16 left to play in the ball game, and now Nettleton leads it by 13, 38-25 as they get ready to kick it off. Miller set to put it away, put it in the air. A nice long kick that goes into the end zone, and that is the maybe the 4th touchback of the night. So now Blytheville is 80 yards from pay dirt. 3:16. They've got to score 2 touchdowns, and they got 3 timeouts left.
And they're bringing in, trying to see who the.
A closer score than what I thought, Wes. Batesville only 21-14 over Paragould. That's a final?
That's a final.
Wow. Paragould playing some pretty good ball this year, actually. As Batesville is usually a powerhouse in the 5A East. So 1st and 10 at their own 20.
They still got Kaysen in there as quarterback.
And a double reverse. And it's not going to go for much. Number 1, King, only gets a yard.
And that clock is still burning.
Second down and 9. 2:48 left. Kaysen to throw. Going deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, we're going to have a flag. So that's going to give them 15 in the.
And you could see how the receivers had all the receiver and the two got the corner and the safety almost came to a dead stop because of how the wind affected that pass. So if that is pass interference, that'll be 15 yards. And a 15-yard penalty out to the 35-yard line. So the Nettleton fans didn't think much of that call. You can hear them down below us.
That's what they get for being fans. That's 6 penalties against Nettleton now for 70 yards.
And
Both
that'll
teams,
stop the clock, too.
Yeah, both teams have been penalized quite a bit tonight, Chris.
I didn't say well executed game. I just said it's been a good game. Kaysen fires again down the sideline, and he overthrows his man this time. So 2nd and 10.
Well, we've had a good crowd here for homecoming tonight for the Nettleton Raiders, and they've seen a good ball game.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 35. Kaysen to throw. He's looking left, and he's going to get it away, and it is caught. Nice job by Kaysen.
What a job to get that ball off. Kaysen was all but caught back there.
That's complete to Guyton into Nettleton territory at the 48. That's 17 yards for Guyton.
And they still have all 3 timeouts.
Kaysen all day to throw, stepping up in the pocket. Rolls to his right, fires. And I believe he caught it. Yes. At the 42 of Nettleton.
He got drilled back there, trying to see his number.
I didn't catch a number, but that's another.
I think it was number 5, Jackson.
That's good for another 5 yards.
More importantly, he went out of bounds, and that stops the clock without having to burn.
2:04. Now a draw play. Inside the 35, down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Number 4, Caleb Brown gets 14 yards and a first down. With 1:57 left. Blytheville on the march. And Blytheville will use one of their 3 timeouts here. 1:57 left to go. 38-25 Nettleton. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." We at Mark Tree United Methodist Church are not perfect, but we are trying. We want you to know there is room in this sanctuary, in this congregation, and in our hearts for you. Come on in, neighbor.
Come on in, neighbors.
38-25, 1:57 left to play in the ball game. The Dodgers have put up a run in the 9th. They trail at 10-9. But there are 2 outs in the game. Kaysen rolling to his left, going to fire down the sideline, and it is incomplete.
Good job there by the defender, Tevin Jones. to make sure that ball stayed in the air until Tyrell King was out of bounds.
So 2nd and 10 at the 30. Kaysen down into the middle of the field, and
that was just a little miscommunication
he
there.
threw to the outside. The receiver looked like he was running a post pattern.
And he got and went back on the inside, yeah.
So 3rd down, but not much time rolling off on Blytheville, though. So 3rd and 10 at the 30.
They're 3 for 10 tonight, Chris, on 3rd down conversions.
Well, this is 4 down territory.
This is 4 down
here,
territory.
So you got 2 plays to make the 1st down here.
They have to score on this possession or it's over.
Draw play to Brown inside the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 24. A gain of 7 for Brown. That is short of the 1st down by about 3 yards.
And Blytheville has called their 2nd timeout.
So running the football there, we'll keep it here. Running the football there, what that does is force you to take a timeout. You only have 1 timeout left now. So what Blytheville, in essence, has done to themselves is, if they do score, they have to recover the onside kick because they won't have enough timeouts to keep Nettleton from taking a knee.
And plus, then they'll have to do more passing of the ball because there's no way, as you see, they're not running to the outside. They're running more into the inside. They're not getting out of bounds.
But first things first, they must convert this 4th down here. The only chance Blytheville has to win this ball game, they must convert here. If they don't, the game's over.
They're 2 for 6 on 4th down conversions.
And it's 4th and 3. You know, we haven't seen DeMadre Clark in a while. We've been seeing Caleb Brown rush the ball here on this drive. Not sure what's up with DeMadre Clark. Was he the one that took the shot maybe a while ago? That Kaysen to throw, and he's going to be sacked, and that's going to basically do it. The Nettleton Raiders are going to win this ball game. A 7-yard loss on the sack, and Kaysen cannot take a sack in that situation.
No.
Wes, you got to get rid of the football.
He was trying to, but they just grabbed his arm. He could not get it out because it would have been another penalty. So they would have lost the. They could decline that one and lost it anyways. And I think they're going to go with the old victory formation.
And as one of my childhood heroes would say, talking about the Cardinal ball game tonight, that's a winner. Cardinals win it 10-9. As Nettleton taking the knee for the first time. Blytheville can stop it, but what's the use? They're going to lose. Might as well just let the clock go. So Kershaw and Wainwright hook up in a 10-9 pitching duel tonight.
As long as the good guys win, I'm happy, Chris.
1-0 or 10-9, it all counts the same. And there's another knee. They'll still have to run one more play.
One more, yeah.
We invite you to stick around for the post-game show after this final 35 seconds rolls off the clock. We'll have final stats, a wrap-up, and tonight's player of the game, and it may be a majority vote. I know who I'm leaning, but we're going to have to take a vote on it before it's over with, I'm sure.
The First Delta Bank player of the game. We picked us the new sponsor.
And the Nettleton Raiders are going to move to 3-2 on the year. 1-1 in the 5A East. Blytheville drops to 3-2 on the year and 0-2 in the 5A East in a critical game where one of these teams will probably be fighting for the 3rd and 4th playoff spot in the 5A East. Final score, Nettleton 38, Blytheville 25. We'll be back to wrap this one up after this timeout. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Kaiser LP Gas Company is a family-owned propane company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural customers in Craighead, Crittenden, Poinsett, and Mississippi counties in northeast Arkansas. Located on Highway 181 South in Kaiser, Arkansas, Kaiser LP Gas can fill all of your propane needs, whether it's for farm equipment, your home, or business. Kaiser LP Gas has you covered. Call today at 870-526-2198.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Ready, blue F-150, red Mustang, hey, hey, hey!
Terry Woodlong with Bert Harrison at Wood Ford Sales in Truman. We've got our entire inventory teed up, ready to kick off the season of big savings.
Terry, we've got any crew cab XLT on the lot, $9,000 off. We got them in Razorback Red, Red Wolf Red, or any color you want.
Hey, let the other guys punt. Come on down to Wood Ford Sales in Truman and score big.
This is where we're passing the savings along to you.
Wood Ford Sales in Truman, where you don't pay more, you just get more.
In Luke chapter 10, Jesus says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." We at Mark Tree United Methodist Church are not perfect, but we are trying. We want you to know there is room in this sanctuary, in this congregation, and in our hearts for you. Come on in, neighbor.
Come on in, neighbors.
Hi, I'm Michael Crawley. There are many reasons people fall into debt: unexpected illness, loss of income, or a basic mismanagement of finances. Don't feel like you're alone. At the Crawley Law Firm, we work hard to help you break free from these burdens. Our team will guide you step by step so you understand the process. Call us today at the Crawley Law Firm to schedule your free consultation in either our Jonesboro or Forest City office.
Over the past 60 years, First Delta Bank has been a model of community banking to eastern Poinsett County. At First Delta Bank, our important decisions are made locally by people with hometown values and who know you as a person, not just an account number. Just like the fertile farmland of the Delta, First Delta Bank has a strong history and solid foundation of supporting our communities in eastern Poinsett County. First Delta Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
38-25, the Nettleton Raiders win on homecoming. They pick up their third win of the year overall, their first conference win in the 5A East. They are now 3-2 on the year, 1-1 in conference play. Blytheville drops to 3-2 on the year, 0-2 in conference play. A critical game that's probably, now that Nettleton has won that, now they have the inside track to at least the fourth spot and possibly the third spot behind Wynn and Batesville in the 5A East. And you never know, Batesville's a little bit down this year. Could sneak into the second spot.
Could sneak in. I'm looking at
Paragould.
I'm looking at Paragould,
only lost by 7
Nettleton,
tonight.
Forest City. Those three teams are going to be vying for 2 playoff spots.
Well, and Paragould only lost by 7 tonight to Batesville, so Paragould playing some pretty good football early. So you look at key games being Paragould against Nettleton, Paragould against Blytheville. And as you see, there's our first Delta Bank player of the game, Jalen Allison, number 77, the 5'11", 252-pound senior defensive tackle, 9 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for an extra tackle for a loss. That would be 3 tackles for a loss. Total. An outstanding game for the senior.
And every time there was a swarm, who was out there? Allison was in there on that tackle right there. We were calling his name all night long. The player game brought to you by First Delta Bank. First Delta Bank now offers customized debit cards. Make your debit card as unique as you are with First Delta Bank, serving you with locations in Truman, Marktree, and Tyronza. First Delta Bank, member FDIC.
Not to overlook Jalen Small from the Nettleton Raiders. He had an outstanding game. We'll have his stats here in just a second. Also, number 40, Christian Hightower for the Nettleton Raiders. I believe he had 9 tackles on the night, too.
He had 9 tackles. He's going to be the NSR Ritter Communications underclassman of player of the game, presented by NSR.
And then on the other side of the ball, DeMadre Clark. He had an outstanding game for the Blytheville Chickasaws. Terry Northern had a good game for the Blytheville Chickasaws. Just an overall very good game here. Execution was lacking at times. A lot of flags, some turnovers, but exciting. Down to the final quarter, this game was in doubt all the way until about the 4-minute mark to go in the ball game.
And you have to wonder what happened with Terry Northern. They put Bailey Kaysen back in. I know there was some passing yards that they needed, but when they were kept running the ball a little bit, you wonder, was Northern hurt? Did he do something to get on Coach Fisher's bad side in that fourth quarter, or what happened?
Well, I would like to know the explanation myself, because when he was taken out, it was still a 31-25 game, and there was still plenty of time, still around 5-6 minutes when Kaysen re-entered the game, and he had been pretty much just ineffective in the first 2 or 3 series when he started tonight. And if it was just a matter of taking him out and putting in a different guy, you really have, there's that thing you would have to question. Then you have to also question the 10-point swing right before the half.
Mm-hmm. We've talked about all night long that, you were kicking with the win. You had a good opportunity. Then Nettleton goes down and scores a touchdown.
They took 3 points off the board.
And then added 7 for the Raiders.
Yep, so a 10-point swing in a 13-point game. And all kinds of momentum was going for the Nettleton Raiders at that time as they scored right before the end of the half. Of course, Blytheville did overcome it as they scored 2 third-quarter touchdowns to take the lead into the fourth quarter. So, a back-and-forth game, a hard-fought game. Both teams played hard until the end, and Blytheville came up on the short side of the stack, if you will, short end of the stick, if you will. Blytheville looking for their first playoff appearance since 2011. That may be in jeopardy now as they're 0-2, but looking from where they came from last year, I believe they were either 1-9 or 0-10. So they're making progress from where they were. Now they got to learn how to finish games.
That's the point that I was just about to make. Looking at last year's squad versus the squad we saw tonight, Chris, it's night and day from what they had last year.
And there you see our game final stats. Blytheville 5 out of 21 passing the ball, 59 yards. Nettleton 5 out of 11 for 40 yards. Blytheville ran it 52 times for 281. Nettleton ran it 46 times for 244. So 284 total for Nettleton, 340 total for Blytheville. So Blytheville outgained Nettleton on the game. And third downs, neither team very good. Nettleton was 2 out of 10. Blytheville 3 out of 11. But I think the key stat tonight that we didn't see there was Blytheville on fourth downs tonight.
On fourth downs tonight, they were 2 for 6. And another one we didn't see on that screen were penalties. Nettleton was flagged 6 times for 70 yards. Blytheville 7 times for 81 yards. You're not going to win too many 5A East ball games being flagged 7 times for 81 yards.
Hidden yardage, as they call it there. A lot of times people, I mean, it's a huge stat when you're penalized for 81 yards, and some of those 81 yards are actually more than that when you see where the play was going and where it actually wound up. So that's going to do it from Nettleton. Join us next week, crosstown at Valley View. Valley View and win. We'll get to see another 5A East matchup. For my color commentator, Wes Cisco, I'm Chris Benson saying so long once again. Your final score, 38-25 Nettleton. You've been watching high school football on Tubetown.